Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. Today we are with our friend Shadow Lady. Hello, Shadow.
Hello.
How was your week? Will you talk a bit while I finish setting things up on my end?
Sure, and your live has not popped up for me yet, so are you definitely live?
Yeah, it should be. I see it here.
Let me
Although
find it.
it says coming to streaming software. Oh, there we go. It should be there now.
Okay,
Like,
beautiful. Yep,
like we
there's
have
the pop-up.
we have
Lovely.
we have Nino that's here. Oh, I hear me. I hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So today, if you don't mind, I'll let you handle the comments.
Oh yeah, happy to.
Happy to. Okay.
Yep.
So hello,
We
heroes and
have Nino
villains.
saying what's up?
What's up? What's up, Nina? And we have Wallside Thanos. So today we'll probably start just playing the Harley Quinn 8-player mission. And then afterwards, we'll try something we didn't really do in quite a while. We'll try some Omnibus missions. So basically, we'll try some raids, Omnibus raids. So we'll just start some raids at random and see what happens. I haven't tested out the Omnibus system in quite a while. Sadly, I played the Omnibus a little bit at first. I quickly realized it was pointless, stopped using it, and I barely use it once in the blue moon. So it's been a while. So let's try out the Omnibus. Yes, you guys can choose. Like you can see my friend, I'm Chaos over here. So I'm going to invite him. So either you come where we are and we'll invite you to the group, or send me a tell in game so that I can invite you. It's easier if you
And
send me a
anyone who's not
tell.
aware, he's on the US server, so if you're on any other server, keep in mind you won't be able to join the group. You need to be US server on the PlayStation or PC.
Yes. Hello, Red Cosmic.
Red Cosmic Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Nino. For European players, it's not really an option. I play on US PC and US PS5, and sadly, these are the places where you have to play if you want to be able to join the group. Uh, I
Yep.
toyed with the idea at some point of maybe getting an Xbox, but I don't know. I don't even know where I would find the time to play on Xbox. I don't know how our friend Shadow Lady does it,
Oh, come on.
but like some people,
I do, yeah. I
sometimes
play
people would.
everywhere.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Oh, Weakling sent us a
I'll
tell.
help you level your character, Multi.
Ah, that's not the issue. I can level up your character quickly enough, but I wouldn't have the time
We're
to.
in phase 7, guys.
Oh, yeah.
You say that you can level up your character quick enough, but I mean, some of the feats that you'd need to get on the Xbox, it's not like on here. It's not crowded, so it'll take a little bit of effort to get through them.
Oh,
But, you know,
I don't care.
I'll help. I'll help.
I don't care about defeats. Never did.
Oh, oh, how could you? Oh, we've got a good group building up now, which is nice. You guys might hear my computer make a couple of noises. If that's the case, it's just because I fell asleep editing last night, because this is my morning. I fell asleep at my computer editing, so now it's exporting a video ready to put on my channel. It's late. But if it beeps, I'm so sorry. It'll make a couple of noises.
Spider-Man made Knoll. I forget his name.
He looks so good. Oh, the wings and the aura. Beautiful. Or maybe I should say creepy.
You can do. You can say all of that.
Yeah, creepy and cool and awesome. I think I'm the only one dressed for Christmas. I'm early.
Yeah, you're too early.
I'm too early. Especially for me because I don't even celebrate on the 25th. Well, I do. On the 25th is when we go off to like our partners and things, and I used to always work on Christmas Day because, you know, got to make the dollars. But we celebrate on the 1st so that everyone who has partners can go across to their partners, and anyone who wants to work can work. So, yeah, I don't even celebrate on the 25th and I'm already dressed. I don't know. Oh yeah, US phases are definitely crowded, Nino. We're queuing up.
Yep. Assuming there we go.
Beautiful.
The menu lags as usual. I saw some people on the forums complain about some Uber
Yeah.
lags. I don't know if it's just on the European servers. I noticed there was a thread specifically about the European servers. I didn't play a lot in the past 3 days, so if there was some lag, I didn't notice it.
The
Hopefully,
lag I've noticed on every single server, with the exception of Xbox, actually. So Switch has lag, but I will say it's improved. So the lag on Switch has gotten better. Both EU and US server, I've had basically the same amount of lag. So yeah, it's not great. There's also missions and things that aren't activating in different worlds and stuff like that. Yeah, some things are a little bit broken at the moment, I think, and it's really sad to see that on PS and PC is where there's a lot of lag and issues going on because most people play here.
well, the only lag I really noticed was on the forums. When I tried to go to the forums, we were back to some long loading time where it takes forever for the freaking page to refresh
Mm.
or for something to load. So, but for the game itself, I did not really play the game a lot this week, so that's probably why I didn't encounter the lag. I should have
Yeah,
played more with the Christmas seasonal, and it just didn't happen.
I've been playing through the Christmas seasonal on here because I'm trying to catch this character up to my other characters, because on this console I haven't done very much. So I don't even have like the absolute zero style or the elf style. I care about style.
That's okay. You'll get there. No, don't worry about it.
I quickly bought my Harley sweater though because I love my sweater.
That's okay.
And the hat. But I'll get there. That's true.
Get what makes you happy.
Oh yeah. Well, playing DC is what makes me happy. So I'm good there. Oh yeah, EU phases are like 3 phases with 50 each. Lol. Yeah, that's from Nino. I completely agree. And then you go to Xbox, there's 1 phase of 50, and you go to Switch, and there's 1 phase of 3 people. So yeah, it's definitely very different on every server you go to.
Yeah, way back when it used to be like that on PC, especially on the villain side. There was time where we would go play on the villain side on PC. There was like 3 of us, so we would split the Hall of Doom in 3, and we each would have our own wing.
Beautiful. At least you had a lot of space to spread out, I guess.
Yes. But then they merged the server, which was a big help for PC players.
Yeah, and it seems like everybody is on PCPS. Like there's a lot of people here. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, on PC, when one of the advantages somehow from a low population was that sometimes when you would play your mission, like you would start with, let's say, your duo, then the raid, and then the alert, and from mission to mission, you would pretty much end up with the same people. So you would get to know each other, get used to your playstyle. So it made things a little bit easier sometimes. You know what to expect from the.
Yeah.
It made it a bit easier to get to know some of the people, as opposed to on PlayStation, it was pretty much always different people. And also in PvP, it made things easier also because way back when they would match heroes versus villains. So seeing how there was a lot more heroes than villains, if you were a villain, you would pretty much play non-stop. But as a hero, you sometimes had some long waiting time because they had to wait to be able to match you with some villains available, and none of the villains were available most of the time. Oh, we lost someone, it seems. Let's say no to reopening the instance. If someone wants to join the group, send me a tell and I'll invite you to the group. Unless okay, the vote failed. So send me a tell in game, guys, and I'll invite you to the group. Or it could be somebody that just got disconnected. So whoever got disconnected, if that's the case. Oh, actually, it's Shadow Lady who's gone. Oh, I'm so sad now. Sorry, Outlander. It was Shadow who disconnected, and I just invited her. Some people have been asking if we could get that Dark Side statue for illegal, or even maybe for our lairs. Maybe someday. So Shadow is here, but somehow maybe your microphone isn't working. So sadly, as I mentioned a bit earlier, there was a lot of lag this week, from what I understand. And also, we've had some chat issues for quite some time. Sadly, it was issues that we hadn't seen in a long time in this Universe Online, but for the past, almost the past year, at least since the last DLC, or even before, since we got the upgrade on the PlayStation 5. Oh, there we are.
Oh, I'm back.
Yes.
I swapped over to my hotspot for my phone, so we hopefully don't have me drop out like that again. I'm so sorry, guys.
That's all right.
There we go. So, in the chat, we've got Lane's asking, are you not trying Rivals?
Oh yeah, I did try Rivals. I've been playing it. I didn't play it a lot, but I played it a bit, and it is quite fun. I don't know in the long term though. Like there's basically three modes. There's the chariot mode where you have to either protect the chariot from point A to point B, or you have to stop the other team that is protecting the chariot. There's another mode that's pretty much a King of the Hill where you have to capture a point and or sometimes multiple points, and you have to hold them until you won. And there's another mode which is just destroying the other team. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing Iron Man. I tried other characters. I tried Magneto, and I did struggle a bit with Magneto. And I did struggle a lot with Wolverine. With melee characters, aiming and trying to target your other characters, I did find that very challenging. Especially there are certain characters that move a lot, so it's kind of hard to try to focus on them as a melee character. No, I've been playing the game a bit. I made a few videos on my Multiverse 616 channel. I wanted to make more, but I just didn't get the chance. This week, there were a few things that sadly did not allow me to play or post as much as I would like to. But next week or this weekend, I'll try to post a few more things.
Only so many hours in the day, I know the feeling.
Yeah. And sometimes I have a little doggo that takes some of my time, so...
Oh, yeah. Hopefully a good chunk of your time. Doggie's so adorable. Okay, yes, I realize how I just sounded.
That's all right. Too late.
Nino says, I know. It's too late, especially we're live. We can't even cut it out. Future Law is not here. But Nino says, I haven't noticed any lags, but I've only been doing the Christmas event. Yeah, most of the places that I've noticed the lag is every time I load into anything Omni that's alert or raid, and also in the menu. So I've had the issue of almost every time I've done an Omni raid, I get booted towards the end of it, and then have to jump back in. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really odd. And I definitely haven't noticed it during the Christmas event, actually, except on the Switch. It has lagged a little bit for Christmas event on there. Aiden Warren says, cool, Omniverse girl is live. Oops, I mean multiverse. I think he's just a little bit of a flatterer there.
That's alright.
I have always been a little bit nervous about going live by myself. Because when I do my videos, I mess up quite a lot. And I have to cut a lot of it out. And I leave a lot of it in, too, because some of it's funny. But, yeah, I'm a little nervous about going live by myself, because I feel like I will just mess up a lot of the things I say and stumble over my words. And I don't think anyone's going to want to watch that.
You're starting to sound like a robot. I hope you won't get disconnected again. But for the live thing, you'll get used to it. I promise. I've done hundreds of lives, so by now I'm pretty much very, very used to it. And at some point, you even forget that you're alive after a while. So you'll be fine. I guess it can. I understand it
I
can be a
think
bit
I will get
scary
the
at
hang of
first,
it.
but also right now you have. Last I checked, you had like about 740 subscribers or something. So it might be better to mess up while you don't have that many people. That way, no one will in a
That's true.
year when you get the 10,000 subscribers, no one will remember you messed up because they weren't there.
Oh, when I get 10,000, you're very optimistic there, sir.
But
But
no,
the good point, but also if I do stuff at the start, no one will come back.
I understand it might be a bit scary, but that's pretty much how I started. When I started making videos, at the time PlayStation could record. It was a PlayStation 4. I got my brand new PlayStation 4, and I could only record about 15 minutes of gameplay. So when I wanted to make videos that would be longer than 15 minutes, I had no choice. I had to make those videos live on Twitch. And at the time also, for some reason I couldn't do it live on YouTube. So what I had to do is that it was a bit convoluted. I had to make the video live on Twitch and then transfer the video from Twitch to YouTube because Twitch would keep the videos only a certain amount of days, and then afterwards the video would disappear. So if you wanted to be able to keep
The
your
old
video,
steps are weird.
yeah, and so if you wanted to keep your video forever, you had no choice. You had to transfer the video from Twitch to YouTube. And you at the time also you could not record on YouTube. But then at some point something changed. You were able to record longer videos. Like right now it's an hour you can record, and you could record directly also on YouTube. So and there's a bit of time in late 2017, early 2018 where I would go live pretty much every day. So you really get used to it after a while, and then after a while you're so used to it that you kind of forget. That you're live because you're in your living room, you're comfortable, and then you remember. Oh yeah, I'm live.
It's worse for me. I'm on my bed in my bedroom.
See,
My living room doesn't exist. So
There's-
yeah, I
no-
get too comfy.
the worst that could happen is
Honestly.
that you fall asleep and you snore and record yourself.
Yep. I think you're one of the two people who noticed that I fell asleep in one of my videos. I don't even remember which video that is anymore.
It's all right.
But it was only for a split second.
It happens when you're tired and you know you should be in bed and one more video and it happens.
Yep. Yep. That's how it is. Well, I certainly did that last night. I think I've slept 2 hours. Which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but honestly, I've kind of gotten used to having really short sleep, so I'm alright. But I fell asleep at my computer editing, so that's not good. Laying down would be better.
But now you shouldn't be worried about that going live.
I don't know if it's worry so much as I don't want to like do something that's permanently detrimental, to my channel or something that's not entertaining. And when I speak with someone or I have people to respond to like in the comments and things, I do pretty well. But when I'm just by myself chatting away, I know how I sound because I edit my own videos, so I can see where I'm really messing up. But I do think you've got a point, and I also think that being live with you has given me a little bit of confidence. I think I can do it. It's more about getting the setup working for me now, I think.
Yeah, but that's the
yeah,
whole thing. Also, you're not going to be by yourself. You still have the comments, so you interact with the people in the
Yes.
comment section.
Yeah, but see, you have comments. I don't know if I'd have anyone on for my first few. I'd be
Nah.
answering nobody.
Now you'll have comments.
Maybe. You have more confidence in me than I have in me, I think.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Aw, thank you. We've got Sub-Zero saying, greetings from the Green Lantern Corps. And Nino saying, yeah, I didn't even notice there's still people on Xbox in DCUO. There's people. It's I think it might be actually a time of day thing. Because sometimes I go on and it's completely dead. And as someone who's in Australia, I think I go on at times when it's dead. Because the majority of the players on Xbox are in the US. But then when it's daytime for the US, or like their night actually, like their night after work, there seems to be a lot more players on. But I will say, everything you do, there's only one phase. The likelihood of there being more than one phase is so slim. Very rare.
Well,
But it's good. It's nice because there's nice people there to talk to, so that's fun.
2024 has been rough for DCUO. So if there's less people, it's easy to understand why.
Yeah, I am really curious to see how this combining the hero and villains together, because they said specifically they were combining leagues, so it's going to be a hero and villain league, but I'm hoping that also translates into load-ins, being able to queue up, being able to group, do open world missions and things together like that, because I feel like that will actually open it up to a lot more players being interested in playing, because they know that there's a more likelihood of other players being on of their faction, because factions won't be so crucial any longer. But I don't know, because they're not, I mean, his producer's letter is not very specific at all. It's vague. So, which is probably intentionally so.
Oh yeah,
But,
it's
yeah,
one
I'm
of the
curious.
it's one of the issues we have with the devs that even when they do give us information, they're so vague about it that it's doesn't help a lot. Like
Yeah.
even when we made the last few videos we made announcing some upcoming stuff, there was so much information like with the mods. There was so much information missing that a lot of people were a little bit angry that the post did not really say anything other than there was
Yeah.
some new mods coming up. So there was like no description of what those mods would do. There was no pricing for those mods, and you would have thought that it was like just a few days before the mods went live. So you would have thought they would have the description by then. They would know the pricing,
Yeah.
but somehow they, they the posts were very light on information. Sadly,
Yeah, I really do think they would benefit from actually revealing the information earlier. Like, I understand keeping things close to the chest, because if we don't know, then we can't be disappointed about something. But at the same time, like you say, there's no hype build up about something. People don't know it's happening, and that's a little sad. I don't like that very much at all. And I think if they were smart, they'd put out little short YouTube videos explaining what's coming out and showing it the same way that you do. But I think they're really enlisting the Creators League specifically to do that for them. And I mean, you are the biggest DCUO YouTuber there is, so obviously you're the advertisement for them.
yeah. But even then, the information they supply is there's
Limited.
yeah.
And also, you only get it just before you need to release the video, too. Like, you don't have in-depth knowledge, which is, something they would have, which is why I think they'd benefit from putting out information. Personally, I would do it as a YouTube video if I were them, but I can understand if they don't have people wanting to do that. Putting out just the information somehow would be nice. Build up a little bit of hype, at least, especially if something's already ready. Like, the mods were ready. I don't like them, but they're ready.
Yeah, but even like with the new daily missions, the daily dose of heroism or villainy, even that we got the
Yeah.
information pretty late in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I have the issue of like with my videos, my video recording days used to coincide with reset, so I'd always be able to show everything newly as it come out. But now that it's changed to a Tuesday reset, my recording days don't coincide, so I can't give people information immediately as it comes out as I would like to at the moment. I'm thinking about maybe changing my days around a little bit for that, but yeah, I also find that I'm now like 3 days out from some new thing happening and everyone's already aware. But they're aware from the gameplay. They're aware from being in the game, not because anyone has given them information except for you and some other YouTubers. So, I don't know. I don't particularly like the way they advertise their new stuff because they just don't. They don't
Yeah.
let people know what's happening. Communication's poor.
Yeah, but at this point, it seems that we're gonna have to live with it because that seems to be. It's not just how they're doing things; it's how they seem to want to do things. So it's not like
Yeah.
they're doing it like now like that right now because they have no choice. It's more like that doing it like now is the choice they've made. They that's how they want to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
so
don't like it, but I mean, I'm not them, so I can't really.
yeah,
I
but
can complain, but maybe I shouldn't.
at this point, we're pretty much gonna have to live with it. That seems to be how things
Yeah.
are, and
Yeah.
that seems to be how they want things to be. So
Yes. I'm very interested to see what other changes are coming because they hinted at a lot of stuff in that letter.
yeah, but they again, some of that stuff could mean anything. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, the Summonables, they talked about the Summonables and how we can, how they're interested in doing something with those, but that was all they said.
Yeah, but
So I
what?
got no idea.
That could mean anything.
Exactly.
Like
I
I've
know.
seen
It could mean anything.
I've seen people speculate that they would turn them into. There are certain games like I forget. I'm trying to not to say the wrong game. There's some game like Knights of the Star Wars: The Old Republic. There's a henchman that follows your character around when you play the game. So some
Oh
people
yeah,
were,
like a companion.
yeah,
Swap them
people.
over to a companion. Yeah, yeah.
So people were thinking they might turn, like, let's say, the sidekick into a companion like that, or maybe the allies.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've played Elder Scrolls recently, and they've added permanent companions that follow you around in that game. So
Okay.
I was a bit curious about that too. I'm curious if they're going to do it with what we have in our base, so the sidekicks, as you said. I don't know if they'll do it with the allies, but I'm kind of curious about that thought. It's not something that had crossed my mind. I'm just hoping they don't put a whole new leveling system in for them. With the pets, I wouldn't mind because you can actually, at the moment, purchase pets of different levels and things. So I would kind of be like, yeah, if you start with a tier 1 and there's some way you can level to tier 3, sure. Maybe increase the tiers and we can level further, sure. But like, we've always had the generator give us our leveling for those things, for the henchmen, for the sidekicks, and I would really dislike it if that suddenly became something we also had to level, especially if the way we had to do it was by adding a bunch of things into our gameplay, so new currency or new something that's a reward that we use to level them, and I think that would be really annoying. So I'm hoping that's not it.
But when we were first announced the allies, that's how we thought it would work. Like, we thought the allies would just follow us around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was kind of hoping for it, but they just came and disappeared. There was actually a mission that I played, I can't remember which one it was. It was a solo where Cyborg in that particular level comes with your character and goes around with you for a little bit. At that time, I also had Cyborg as my summonable ally, and I hadn't played that particular level before. So I summon Cyborg, he comes out for a brief moment, and I mix him up with the one that's inside the game, and I thought I had a companion.
Oh.
Wasn't a companion, was just part of that game play.
And Cyborg goes out so fast you barely see him. So I can understand how you did not.
I was completely confused. And didn't notice. Oh, is this the one where I like struggle to jump places? I don't know.
Yeah, we played it not that long ago. See that.
Yeah.
That's why the omnibus is pointless. It'll make you play the same missions multiple times, and other missions
It really does.
You never get to play them. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's exactly what happened to me when I played Omnibus earlier. I was playing the Zamaron, the corrupted Zamaron crystal ones, because that was just recently put out for the Outsiders Ops, and I was like, I just played this.
Yeah.
They're repeating a lot. A part of me wonders if they put a restriction or a highlight on these, and every time it rotates per week, they put new ones as the ones that everyone's going to get. I don't know, but because it just seems very, very repetitive, almost intentional. But I'm sure I'm just reading too much into it there.
So I saw Jamal has a question. Basically, he's asking if we can skip to level 200, 100, or 200. There's one skip to come back to level 368, I think. I forget. It's been a while. So there is a, like, you can skip the Brainiac mission at the start of the game. You can skip what's the other one? You can skip to level 25, and then you can skip to combat rating 360, 64, 68.
Yeah.
So that is the only skip you have. And for the
I think you're right. I think it's 368.
So level 25, I think it costs $10, if I recall correctly. Oh. And for the other one, it's $50. But we will get a free skip in January.
Yep.
So if you can be so if you can be a bit patient. Well, we should get it. We get one every January. So unless for some reason the new devs decided not to give it to us, we should get a new CR skip.
Yeah, see, I'm wondering. I don't know if they're going to give us, because they gave us one when they started, right? And I thought, well, maybe they're giving us one now, and we're going to lose out later. I really hope not. I hope we keep getting our CR skips, but I'm curious.
And that could be.
I don't know what I'm going to do on my free-to-play account. If I get another CR skip, I'm going to have to put it on one of my characters on the US server. I've been trying to avoid using them. I could just leave it there, I suppose. But it feels like such a waste to let it sit there.
Yeah.
When I can get like armor and artifact leveling, I don't want to waste it.
You have to use it. You have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But I only have 2 characters. I've been trying to level them through gameplay only, and I've received 2 CR skips during the time that I've had that account, and I put both of those onto the other server so that I didn't put them on my main characters that I'm leveling through the game. But if I get another one, it's gonna have to go on one of the main characters now. I've got none left. Ugh. Stuck. There we go. Oh, I hate being grounded. It is the slowest thing.
Ah. Oh, noes!
You were gone! Multi! Come back to us! Ugh, so slow. We can take a nap while we run through this part.
So don't use your artifact when you fall down, because you'll keep on falling forever, as you guys saw.
There we go. Nino says, well, at least it's a family feeling on EU. At some point, you know who and where everyone will chill and talk. Absolutely true. I agree with you on that one. And then he said she'll return, what was it, stronger than before. Actually, I came back and I was like glitching, wasn't I? Came back weaker than before.
A little bit. But now you seem to be, you seem better now.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Otherwise, you know, I might. Some people already find my voice mildly grating. We'd hate to increase that. I love how we've got someone in the group called Weakling. Very good name choice.
Sure.
Scrolls says they got disconnected last Friday at Live at 5. Disconnected from gameplay? Were they on with us? I don't remember.
I seem to recall there was someone who got disconnected the other time.
Yeah,
but I don't.
I think maybe his character name isn't Scrolls, and that's why I'm not connecting the dots.
Could be. It's one of the challenges. People have their name on YouTube, then they have their character names, and then they sometimes have multiple characters. So it's kind of hard to keep track.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to keep track of everyone.
I have a character that's named that girl from AU. I should have used that one because at least that makes sense. But Shadow is such a cool name, guys. Hello, Talia. Nino is asking you what your favorite material is. I think you're wearing it.
Bright cosmic material.
Yeah. And it looks so good. I need to get that because my Omniverse character has to have the same material as you, you know?
Sure.
So it's a multiverse and Omniverse. Maybe I'll do a black one.
Well, you could use just the cosmic material for the Omniverse.
Yeah, I'll have to get it though. When I did my videos for all the cosmic stuff, that was EU server at the time, so I don't have them on this server. I'm making poor decisions about where to do things. I should do more on here. This is the place I've played the absolute least, until recently.
But
I'm here with you on Fridays.
There's a lot of good materials. It's kind of hard to pick one. Like the void material is pretty awesome. The cosmic material is pretty good. Again, any of the cosmic materials, whether it's the bright cosmic, the black cosmic, or just the regular cosmic, these are all good materials.
Agreed. Also, I love the Wicked. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's so pretty with the purple and the black. Oh, I love it. I use that on characters even if it doesn't make sense. Then we've got Sub-Zero saying greetings. Again! Greetings from Green Lantern Corps. He's speaking with Nightcrawler. Never mind. Just repeating. Shiroko saying update the graphics already. This is not something that's fussing me. I like the graphics in here. I think it feels comic booky. I really like it.
No, I like the graphics too. I like the visual style, and it's not really going to happen. They're not going to make a big graphic update for that. We already know it's not going to happen. But what they will do is that whenever they add a new character or whenever they refresh a character, like sometimes they'll use a character. Sometimes they'll use a character for a new DLC. When they upgrade that character, then they will upgrade the character across the game. The same with a map. Like sometimes they'll create a new map. Yeah, those maps will be quote unquote better graphics or updated graphics. So they are updating the graphics, but a small piece at a time. They're not doing everything. Like we shouldn't expect something they did before in the past, where they would there's when we got the PS4, they literally skipped the DLC just so that they could work on the PS4 graphics and update the graphics for PS4.
Mm.
But I don't think it's something we should expect anytime soon. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not fussed if they. I mean, I don't expect them to, and it sounds like you don't either. Quite obviously, and I think you'd know better than me.
no,
I don't expect the graphics to change at all.
they've pretty much told us as much in a previous investors update. They're not going to make that kind of big investment in DC Universe Online. They were supposed to do that
Yeah.
also with Lord of the Rings Online, and it didn't happen. Like at the time where they were talking about a graphics update for DCUO, the stocks for EG7 was way high, but then just a few months later the stocks dropped like a rock, and they pretty much we could pretty much forget about getting some kind of big update afterwards, because
Yeah.
they probably didn't have when their stocks were way high. Probably were expecting to make a lot more money from DCO, yeah, I guess we could say it like that. But when the stock dropped, they probably didn't have the budget to make a big upgrade like they were planning to. And again, it's not just DCO. They did the same thing with Lord of the Rings Online. In the case of DCO, very often people will say, no, it wasn't announced. It was just a leak and an investor's report. Whether it was a leak or announced, we knew that they were planning to do some sort of a graphics update, and they canceled that. Uh,
Yeah.
but for Neverwinter, not for Lord of the Rings Online, I'm not sure why I keep saying Neverwinter. For Lord of the Rings Online, they had announced an upgraded version, and then they did cancel that upgrade.
Yeah. I think I'm less fussed with the graphics than most people. I don't mind if it doesn't look realistic, but I know a lot of people are into the hyper realism. I did really enjoy the upgraded graphics when they did it for not Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, because I thought that looked absolutely beautiful, and they were leaning into like a lovely cinematic view. It's just gorgeous. But at the same time, if they didn't do it, it's not something I would have thought, why don't they fix the graphics? Because I'm not that fussed about it, I don't think. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
personally,
enjoy this for how it looks.
I love the graphics, the DCU graphics. I love the look of the game.
Me
I wouldn't
too.
want it to
Yeah.
change, but
Same.
I guess some people don't agree with that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not that person. Sam Beach says you fall. Oh, Outlander. That's Outlander. You've fallen asleep talking to me in game, but that might say more about me than about you. No, that's definitely more about me. I play DC most of the time after I've done everything I need to do for the day, and that often means that I'm tired. It often means that I should actually be sleeping, but I want to play DC instead. And so if I fall asleep talking to anybody in game, I'm going to apologize in advance, and it's definitely not you. it's me.
Ah, poor Outlander, so boring he made you fall asleep. That's so sad.
He's not boring. He's very entertaining, actually. Great conversationalist.
It can't be. You fell asleep.
I fell asleep because I was tired. I fall asleep playing DCUO quite a bit. It's rare that I actually fall asleep at my computer editing. Usually I catch myself and go, okay, I'll send everyone a message and let them know future Laura can't stay awake. But I actually fell asleep sitting there this time. So, yeah, that's not good.
It happens.
She didn't have a coffee. She needed coffee.
Nah, coffee doesn't work on me.
It didn't for a while, but I stopped, and because I stopped for like, I don't know, maybe 2 years, and I've gone back on it, it's working again, but I will say it's slowly decreasing its effectiveness. So I'm thinking of maybe backing off it again, because otherwise I'm going to end up back on energy drinks, and I was addicted to those. So we don't really need to go back to the days of addicted to energy drinks. That's very, very bad for my health. Coffee's already bad enough. I'm not supposed to be drinking it.
Ah, come on, a nice good energy drink.
No, I might taste test them for videos because I love them, but I'm not going to go back to them. When I was working, I worked very, very long hours, and I had 2 jobs for a good chunk of the time. So I would drink about, and and this is back when they were really bad as well. They've gotten better quality recently, especially the Mother one, which is the one I was addicted to. I was drinking 8 in the course of a day. That is combined with coffee, and I just did espresso shots in a large cup. So it was just espresso shots of coffee, no sugar, no milk, no added water, just that. So yeah, I was working too much and sleeping not enough, and I was addicted to caffeine.
No, I never did that. I don't really like energy drink, but there was one exception. There was this drink called the Full Throttle that I loved. So I would have one or two once in a while.
I liked the Mother, the original version of the Mother that they made, but then they changed it when a lot of people had health issues. And then after they changed it, my favorite was called Red Eye. Red Eye apparently has a whole bunch of different flavors if you go to other places in the world. But here, that's just the one.
Now
so
here we have
really like that original.
Here we have Monster and Red Bull. These are pretty much the two main popular ones.
Yeah, Red Bull is popular here too. V is popular here. Monster, Mother, can't think of any others.
But yeah, the only one I really liked was it was called Full Throttle. It was a nice. It was like almost a fruity juice. Fruity juice
you like the sweet drink?
A sparkling fruity juice, sort of. It was kind of nice.
That sounds nice. I liked the ones that tasted really like chemicals. I've gone off that taste now. I'm not into chemicals now, but at the time, like, the more chemical taste it had, the more I liked it, I think. No, I'm going down. Ah!
We saw you go down.
I know. I turned and forgot that I can't super speed. That was my own bad.
That happens. We'll wait for you.
At least it's only the first time I've fallen. I have, like, fallen way worse, like, more times than that on other ones. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be so slow catching back up. At least they don't respawn you at the very start. That's nice of them.
No fair. I did respawn at the start.
You were earlier. You were further back at the time, though, weren't you?
Doesn't matter.
You fell down really close to the start.
The evil Diamond Knight jumped on us.
You're alright. I'll catch up. If I can't get in, I can't get in. That's alright. I can read comments.
Okay, let's, now they're all attacking us. Oh well.
Kick all their butts, guys.
Well, let's see if we can stop after
I'm
this
here.
group.
Alright.
You're there? Okay.
I'm here, yeah. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be like a shield over the top or something. Oh, Wildside says, don't worry, I fell asleep while in game with my dad. I've actually been in, I've been in a lot of leagues on the Switch at the very start, until I had my own. But when I was in other leagues, often people would all be in the league chat and we would hear snoring. Someone had fallen asleep and they're snoring through the mic. So I think it's a little more common than, I'm a little bit, no reason for me to be concerned about that. I think I'm mainly just concerned about falling asleep while editing at my computer because I don't think it's good for my back to be in that position.
Nah, you should be very concerned.
Yeah, I'm going to try and sleep a little better. But I mean, I've tried that in the past. I don't do great with that. I tend to be like, oh, I'm not sleeping enough. That's okay. I will have this drink, and then I shall be more awake, instead of maybe I should get more sleep. It's not a very logical reaction, but it's effective sometimes. If the coffee keeps coming and I end up with like an immunity to its ability to keep me awake, then we'll have a problem. Nino says, yeah, on EU there's also a lot of villains now who regret being on the villain side for their main character. Back then in PvP days, villain side was great, but now it's just dead. Yeah, it's actually the reason I chose hero. My main on Switch when I started was gonna be a villain, but I looked up some information beforehand, found out that you're better off doing hero so that you can be on the hero side and have more people to play. But yeah, that I would have actually had a villain to start with, to be honest. I know that me personally, probably I wouldn't be a very good villain, but it's fun when you play a video game to play something a little outside of your natural inclinations, I think. And so I would have made a villain.
Yeah, but at this point, villains are pretty much a little more than anti-heroes at best. So it doesn't really matter because way back when it was nice to have to create characters that are both heroes and villains because you would experience the game in a different way. But at some point, I guess it was too much work. So at some point, they started pretty much making the same content for both faction. So it pretty much made it not worth as much to play a villain.
Yeah, I will say the narratives for a lot of villains now as well, they're giving us backstory so much that they're getting way more humanized, and they end up being, as you said, anti-hero rather than an actual villain. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little less interesting to play them now. And it really does seem like this, whatever they're going to do to make it so that we can play both factions together, is probably going to make it even more so like it really doesn't matter what side you choose, to be honest.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know what language Sensei Dan is speaking. Do you understand what he's written there, or are you not watching the chat at all?
Not watching at all.
Fair enough, because that's my job. Yeah, see, it's my job. Guys, I'm so sorry. I only can read in English. So, yeah, I'm not able to, and there's no way for me to translate that one either, so I'm really sorry. Particularly if you're speaking French to Multi, because Multi does do French. Yeah, I can't read that.
Yeah, I didn't get the. I ordered a new TV a couple of weeks ago, and I still didn't get it. So I have to use my Cintiq tablet, and sadly the chat on my Cintiq is pretty tiny small. I really have to bend down to be able to read it properly. So that's why you're in charge of the chat tonight.
Yep. That's fine. I'm more than happy to be in charge of the chat. It gives me something for my mouth to do other than spout nonsense that's probably going to come out garbled and make mistakes. So I'm more than happy. Zachary is asking, so what happened to DCUO this week? Like so much lag. Yeah, we've discussed already. I actually don't know why, but I'm assuming something in the game is broken. I don't know if that's also affecting the lag, but you can't do some of the missions in open world. And we're getting booted out of load-ins a lot. So
well, they added the Wonder Woman ally, and they added also they upgraded or changed the daily heroic missions or the daily villainy missions.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of more people in the open world right now because of those changes. So that might just be that. There was a lot more people than usual in the open world, and also sadly something that. It's not a secret. We've known that for a long, long time. Whenever they add something to DC Universe Online, they end up breaking something else. It's sad, but that's been like that pretty much forever. It's one of the reasons also why when they were making monthly content, the game was in a constant state of being broken and in a constant state of needing to be fixed. Because whenever they would add the new monthly content, they would break the game, and then it would take them 2-3 weeks to fix the game. And then they would add some new content and break the game again. So it could be that when they've added the update to the missions, they kind of broke the game a little bit, or just having more players in the open world. Maybe that is what broke the game a bit. There's no way really to know. The devs maybe know or hopefully knows, but we don't really know.
Yeah, and even if the devs do know, they're probably not going to tell us.
Nah, they won't tell us.
Jamal is asking, can you skip to level 200 or 100 when you start the game? I think you kind of just addressed that earlier.
Yes.
You can skip to level 30, and you can skip to 368, you said, right?
364, 368, I forget. The latest skip to combat rating. I made a handful of videos. I thought it was
64, but I'm probably wrong.
It could be 64. It's been a while since I made my video, and I have to admit it's not something I've used actually at all. So I don't recall. I don't recall the actual number.
I used it once on a character so that I could like show, and I think for my video as well. But yeah, I don't remember. Oh, that was bad. I don't remember exactly what number it was, but you can't skip to 100 or to 200. But if you're specifically trying to aim for that, you can CR skip to 30, and then you can level up to 100 pretty quickly. It's not hard to do once you're past storyline. Honestly, leveling up in this game for CR is pretty darn easy, which I actually quite appreciate. I like that about it. The challenge is in like the artifact leveling and your stat points and things like that.
Well, way back when we used to have, like when they first gave us the skip, I think the first one we got was skip to combat training to 100 or 120, something like that. So you would have thought that maybe they would have kept the previous skip so that you could have skipped maybe to 100, 200, 300. But they didn't do that. They just whenever they would add the latest skips to CR 368. Okay, so it's 368. So whenever they would add the next
Beautiful.
skip to CR, it would literally replace the previous one, as opposed to just being
Yeah.
added after the previous one. So let's go talk to Dr. Fate because we have to.
Yeah, that's how we end this. Secure is asking, in your opinion, what's the best power DPS? I mean, everyone knows my opinion on that one, I think, but I think you actually agree with me on this. Did you agree with me on for soloing? You agreed, right?
Oh yeah, for solo, I'd go with fire for sure.
Same. Yeah.
Because you can pretty much heal yourself. It allows you to pretty much solo any content in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go with fire. But
We agree.
within the context of a group, the problem with an answer like that is that it also depends on, do you play solo? If you play solo, then definitely go with fire. But if you play in a group, then it depends. And also, if you play in a league, like if you play in a league, in an organized league, where the healer is really on point, where the tank is doing a great job tanking, where that changes. Like if you play in a league where the healer does a really good job healing your character back, then you could decide not to have any healing ability yourself. You could decide to simply hyper focus on doing damage, and depending on that situation, then you could decide to use another power. But it always depends on who you're playing with.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think fire is the absolute best if you are trying to solo for DPS because of the self heals, because you can switch to tank and do something via tank instead if you need to stay alive longer. I think that's the best. And I agree with you. Any other ability works well as long as you have like the support that you need. But I will say, you're playing Quantum. Quantum would be one of my top ones for a damage if you're playing in a group. I really like the way that plays.
Because if you play in a group for a great healer, then you could decide not to have a shield equipped on your character. You could decide to not have a healing ability or equipped for your character. If you have to choose, let's say, between supply drop and orbital strike, when you could decide, okay, I don't need a supply drop because the healer does a good job, so I'll put my orbital strike instead. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why you would go with certain powers or certain abilities, and at the end of the day, it depends on your group. Oh, did we lose someone?
We did. Who did we lose?
So guys, we have room for one more, it would seem. So send us a tell in game, and we'll invite you to the group. And the same with loadouts. Like sometimes people ask for the best loadout, but again, it always depends on who you're playing with. A lot of people like gadgets. Yeah, I kind of like mental personally.
Same. Mental is actually my second favorite ability, and then I really like Celestial as well. And I also think loadouts is a little more subjective in some ways than people think, because you can grab, like, Obsidian Chill tends to put out videos that show you the absolute highest, whatever it is, for example, a damage build, absolute highest damage output loadouts that you can choose for a particular character with artifacts and everything that work together. But if you have different artifacts, the loadout set can change. If you have loadouts that work better for a comfortable gameplay rather than what is the best damage output, that also can make it change. So I play fire, and there is definitely a set of loadouts that are absolutely the best and optimized ones to use for fire for damage. I don't use those because I find one of them an uncomfortable one to use, and also I don't use a supercharge all of the time because I find that actually decreases my damage output during the course of my gameplay rather than increasing it. So there's some things that are just not 100% this is the absolute best you can do, and I'm the kind of person who also likes to put things that I find comfortable. Like, I like AoEs in particular areas, I like my direct damage in particular areas, and so I will sacrifice the best loadout for my most comfortable one to play because I play tired. So yeah, I don't know.
So it would seem we have the...
I feel like I'm rambling.
It's alright. It would seem we have the bombshell paradox. No, you did good. It always depends. Like, basically, if you have a healer that's on point, you can focus on just doing damage. But if your healer is not so much on point, or if you play a lot with random players, you never know what you're going to get with random players. So you need sometimes to have some extra survivability in your loadout that you would not need with a more better group, let's say.
Yeah. And also, it's always changing. They bring out new artifacts and new allies all of the time. That makes it so that whatever was true yesterday is no longer true today.
Absolutely.
And now I'm curious what they're going to do with all the summonables. That's probably going to change everything as well. I don't mind change. I just wish I could get my character leveled up to where I want her before the changes happen, but I haven't been playing on here long enough to do that. My artifacts are really low on here.
Well, for the sidekicks, for the sidekicks, one of the change we've been asking for a long, long time is to be able to customize our sidekicks. We can have like thousands of styles in the long run in DC Universe Online, and a lot of those styles, like even with the armories, there's only so many styles we can use. But if we could use some of those styles on our sidekick, that would be pretty awesome. So it's something we've been asking for a long, long time. We were promised at some point that there would be some way to kind of sort of customize the sidekicks, but the only thing we've seen so far is that sometimes we would get some special sidekicks like the man-bat, the metal man-bat or something like that. But we did not get a lot. Cool. But we did not get a lot of those for the sidekick. Yeah. For the henchmen and the backup, now we have dozens of them, but for the sidekick themselves, not so much.
Is it still? I can't remember if this was the thing or not. Was it the case that if you have a sidekick and henchman in there, you can only summon one at a time?
Yeah, they share the same cooldown.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm hoping they don't do that.
And pretty much 99.9% of the players choose the henchman because you have 3 henchmen as opposed to the one sidekick. At some point I was using the sidekick because sometimes the sidekick will give a bit of power and stuff like that. But at some point, people, whenever I would use a sidekick, people would mock me. So I bent the knee and I decided, okay, no more sidekick.
Well, maybe you'll change your mind soon, because if they do make some changes, maybe they will make the sidekick a little more formidable and hopefully remove that cooldown that's shared with the henchman, because that's the only reason I don't like the sidekick, is because it's got shared cooldown with the henchman. I think that's kind of silly. Why even have it there? No one pays into it anymore.
Well, I guess the argument at the time was that the henchmen were pretty much for DPS, because that's pretty much all they do, as opposed to the sidekick. The sidekick will give you power, will shield you, will heal you a little bit.
Yeah.
So it does
and you're playing a controller, so.
So the sidekick, I guess, did seem to make more sense for the roles at some point. But at some point, people didn't want to use that.
Yeah.
At some point, even the roles would use the henchman.
Oh, Nino is asking, there's new devs? Yes, there is!
Yes.
How long have they been in control now? It's been a while.
Well, the older devs have been laid off in February. Whatever was left of the older devs were laid off in February. Some of the new devs were there before that. Like Kendricky has probably been there for a year at this point. But some of the newer devs have been hired since February. When exactly?
From Star Trek Online game as well.
Yeah. Well, it was a bit of a happy accident, I guess, because the Star Trek Online pretty much decided to export the work overseas so that they would probably save on salaries. So, So when the Star Trek Online devs learned that they were going to be technically fired or laid off, they didn't wait. They left right away, and a whole bunch of them got hired for DCUO. So it was a bit of a happy accident for DCUO that Star Trek Online, a whole bunch of devs left Star Trek Online just as DCUO needed some new people, and so
Yeah.
somehow a lot of those devs ended up on DCUO.
So Secure's asking, in your opinion, what is the best power? I think we kind of covered that, at least for DPS.
Uh,
It's also the best tank. Fire is the best tank, I think, too.
It depends also on your playstyle. Like for healer, personally, I love electric, but a lot of people don't like electric because they find electric too power hungry. Usually, I
It's
can
also
do
a little boring because it's too simple. The loadouts
Nah,
are really simple.
it's the
I
greatest
get
loadout
bored with
ever.
it.
Nah, it's fine.
Nah.
But
I like water better because it's so pretty.
personally, I like electric, but most people will disagree because it can be power hungry if you cannot manage your power. If you don't do a good job managing your power, yeah, you can burn through your power pretty quickly. Um,
I like electric for healing, but I find it I don't know. I get bored. It's really easy. I don't know. I don't enjoy it very much. I like the look of water more, honestly. But if I'm playing a healer that I actually really enjoy playing, it's probably going to be sorcery.
for tanks, I kind of like to use fire, but I like earth as well. Although with earth, all for me it all depends on brick. Brick is my lifesaver. I tried the rock armor loadout. I just can't make it work.
I can't stand the earth is earth. Sorry, I nearly want to say rock earth because a lot of the loadouts are so big and block my view of what's going on,
Oh
which
yeah,
I know is probably a small thing, and I probably shouldn't care so much because it functions well. But I don't like it because I can't see what I'm doing.
I
So,
understand.
but fire is definitely my favorite tank. My actually second favorite tank is rage, which I know a lot of people will disagree with that one. But I don't know, found a nice smooth set of loadouts, and I find it comfortable to play. So I'm pretty happy with rage.
I can't wrap my head around the rage crash. And whenever
I had to get used to it.
whenever I think I figured it out, then oops, I die out of nowhere. No, no, I have no idea what happened. So I don't
Yeah,
know. That really not for
it's
me.
finicky.
Maybe, but
And then what's that?
yeah,
Control. Oh, we all know your opinion on control.
control. It's either quantum or mental.
Yeah,
But
I like mental more.
you can play most of the controller power pretty much the same way when you play as a controller. Uh, the one exception would be like there no power as the quantum tunneling, but pretty much all the other controller ability, all the controller power have them.
Yeah, they're all really similar, with the exception of quantum. But I
Like
still prefer playing mental.
like I used to play with mental way back when I had my Magneto character, and then when I switched to multiverse, the transition was very smooth because at the end of the day I was playing the character pretty much the same way, just with quantum tunneling in addition.
And you play it so well.
Well, after a while you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, you kind of like settle into a routine with them. I could play this one fire with my eyes closed or half asleep. I do all the time, half asleep.
There were a few transition period like when we got weapon mastery, it was quite different when we first got weapon mastery, and then
Yeah, I
afterwards,
think
yeah.
precision was different as well at the start, wasn't it? The way that you guys had to put precision in was different for different powers, and now might is for powers and precision is for weaponry. Is that right? I don't
Well,
know.
might has always been for powers. The exception to that were for combos. For combos, it was precision. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
were playing most powers, you would go with might. But if you played, let's say, the light power, you would then use precision.
Cool. See, this before my time, I had no idea. because someone was trying to explain it to me and I didn't know what they were on about. Also, weapons is not something I've really leaned into very hard on any character. Even at the very start when I unlocked it all, I never used them. I think because I'm playing characters where I never really have a power issue, my powers are always available to me, I barely touch the weapons at all. And I'm trying to, like I have Katana character now, trying to lean into it more and force myself to play it with weapons.
Well, there's a billion games where when you play, you actually just use weapons, as opposed to this is the one game where you actually have a whole bunch of powers you can use.
Yes, but that's what makes it awesome.
I know.
Yeah, but I need to lean into the weapons on here. I've never really done anything with it. Doomsy is saying, I wish I could play my PSN tunes on PC. I wish I could play my Switch tune on a console that actually functioned.
Yeah,
But,
sadly,
yeah,
it's not an option
same server.
because it's
but
not.
different.
Even though it's DCUO, it's not the same company that manages the different servers. So
Yeah.
if we switch, let's say we were able to switch from PlayStation to PC, well, technically PlayStation would lose some money at the expense of PC. So because if you spend money
Yeah.
on PC, that money goes to whoever manages DCUO on PC. If you spend money on PlayStation, that money goes to PlayStation, or part of that money at least goes to PlayStation. So so they don't want you, and that's why also we don't have cross server. Like there are some items we cannot trade across servers because they don't want you to purchase an item on PlayStation, then give it to someone on PC because it would make PC feel like they lost the sale.
Yep. Which is understandable, but I understand where they're coming from. I have like duplicates of a very similar build on every single console, just because I love that build in particular, and I'm really sad that my Switch character, who is my absolute best character, isn't available anywhere else where everybody plays, because the Switch is... I don't want to say it's dying, so I won't say that, but I will wink at you and then heavily hint it. Actually, you guys can't see my wink. No face when I'm live with Multi.
So what you're saying?
I feel like a lot of what I express is in my face.
So what you're saying is that it's dead.
No! I'm not saying... I specifically said I'm not saying that.
No, you're not saying
Okay?
you're not saying it's dying. So it's dead.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that either. Yeah,
Oh,
fair
okay.
point. That is what I said. I'm not saying anything about that, except that I wish I could play that character elsewhere. I put so much work into her. Nina was asking what's Girl from AU's character name on the EU server. If you go to my channel, because I don't remember all of their names off the top of my head, I have 120 characters, so just so everyone's aware why I can't keep track. If you go to my channel, in my description, I list my main hero and my main villain. For every single server that I'm on, which is all the servers. So if you go there, you'll be able to find it. Feel free to add me. I do base tuid, so if anyone needs their base tuid on Xbox or Switch, and anywhere, but Xbox or Switch in particular, because Achika doesn't cover those, please feel free. I would love to do your bases too.
Was there a portal we didn't see, or?
I don't know. I'm just gonna press leave. Because I can't find the portal. It just must have been invisible to us. We both were running back, weren't we?
Well, I didn't see any portals, so I thought maybe we were supposed to go elsewhere, but.
So did I. That's why I started going back. But no idea.
Let's see.
Sam Beach, also known as Outlander, is saying, I'm a huge fan of the time-torn material. Time-torn material? I know the time-torn aura. Material's not coming to mind. Do you know that material, Multi?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it looks like at all.
It's blue and very flashy. It came from the Arcane Time Capsule.
Oh, I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it on the test server. Because it's before my time, I think, that one.
That was a bit after the Deluge, when we first got the Deluge DLC as an event.
Yeah, way before my time. I haven't been playing long enough to know these things. Pups says, I'm late! Actually, the E is extended. I'm late! But it's okay, because we're still going. We tend to go for quite a while. So, you're fine. Someone by the name of Yes is saying, when are we getting a face reveal? You've made promises about that!
I promise when we reach the 10-year anniversary, I'll do it. Maybe before, but
I could describe your face. I'll see your face and then describe it to everyone.
I don't know. Imagine Count Nefaria.
Yep, no idea. I'm really looking forward to if that happens. I say if because he said I might do it for this, I might do it for that, but I mean if he's saying it to you guys, we're probably safer in assuming that 10-year anniversary he'll totally do it. Where are we now? How many years have you been on YouTube?
9 years.
Oh, we're getting so close.
I know.
It's going to be exciting. Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have put my face online so that I could do a face reveal as well, but I feel like a lot of what I communicate is written on my face. So I tend to keep my face in everything if I can. I mean, obviously on your lives I can't do that, but everywhere else I tend to. Pubs is saying DCUO graphics are fine, in my opinion. I think the animations look a bit outdated, but I understand that it's not their main focus. Yeah, completely agree. I actually like the way it looks. I think it looks more like a comic book this way.
Well, it depends
So,
which
I'm
animation.
happy.
Like I'm not running. Like the way the character runs with Acrobat, I love that.
Yeah. I love the animation for almost everything in here. Like, I like the way all of the movements look. And I love the way all of the movements are just in this game in general, because honestly, is there any other game where you can have such beautiful, smooth flight, and then super speed and leap off buildings, and there's no fall damage? It's just gorgeous. I love this game.
Oh, Scrolls just crashed, I think.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we have to use their probiotics.
Do
Wow.
I have any? Hang on. Ooh, better hope I have them in my inventory and didn't leave them in my bank. Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm pretty sure I have some, maybe.
There we go, I'm good. I'm really glad I had some. I couldn't remember if I left it in my inventory, if I had them in my bank. And I do not have a bank bot.
I have so much stuff here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You've been playing long enough, you should have everything.
And more.
Everything and more. You always say and more. I never find out what the more is. It's like on the capsules where it lists everything that you can get in the capsules
Exactly.
and then writes and more at the bottom, and I'm like, there isn't any more. You listed everything.
No probiotics, I guess.
Yeah. Is anyone missing some? I don't know if can I pass? I can pass those, right?
Nah,
I've only
don't.
got 20.
That's okay. I think we'll be fine even without it.
Yep.
Well, they always say more. Like they did that with their at some point with a whole bunch of announcements. Whenever they would announce something, like they would describe a few things and more, and it always would end with more. So I don't know.
I know.
I
But
thought.
there's often no more.
Sometimes there's no more. Sometimes there's a lot more. But like in the case of the time capsule, usually the more refers to emblems for some reason. Very often they don't mention the emblems for some reason.
Yeah. But see, you could just write and emblems.
They could do that, but they
yeah.
don't. They say and more.
Yeah.
It kind of covers them to make sure that they don't forget anything. So if they kind of forget to mention something, it is included in the and more. So it kind of protects them a little bit for that.
Oh, Nino is saying I don't want the graphics to change either because those graphics are a big part of me growing up. I didn't even think of that. This would be really nostalgic for some people. This game's been around a long time.
Yeah.
It's not something I played growing up, but yeah, it's a nostalgic. Don't change the graphics, DC. I mean, they're not going to anyway, so I think we're fine. But I didn't even think about it being nostalgic. Absolutely. No Normal Life is asking, is the anti-monitor event coming back? It should be. It's an anniversary event, right?
Yeah, it should come back in January. It's just a matter of what the new devs will do. Like in theory, it should come back. But with the new devs, we could expect anything. Maybe they'll decide not to bring it back. I don't see why they would do that because it's pretty much one of the best events
No.
we have. It has a pretty awesome raid, so there's no reason why they shouldn't bring it back. Also, you may have noticed with the new devs, every month we have an event now. So I don't see why they would remove the event for January when they are trying to give us an event every month, so that every month there's always something to do in DCUO. I guess
Yeah.
they're trying to because usually there's peaks and valleys in the player base of DCUO, so I guess they're trying to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore or to minimize that. So they're trying to quote unquote make sure that there's always something to do in DCUO.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna disappear. It's too much of a moneymaker. And it brings in all the attention. And I need stuff from it, so it better not disappear. Um, Fred Kruger says, I fell asleep last night and dreamed I had someone do all of my race feats. That sounds like a lovely dream. I wish I had that dream. The races are not my favorite. I don't think they're difficult. I just find them boring.
The races is something you do once and then you never do that again. So,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're probably not alone. Uh, Seeing how they stopped adding races, they're probably not. There probably was not that many people running those races.
Yeah. The only one I do is the Halloween one because it's part of the Halloween event.
Oh, I don't see the portal.
Pups is. Oh, sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I couldn't see it either. I just went there because other people did and saw that I could go through with a little circle, but didn't actually see the portal, which is weird. Pup says Celsius energy drink is pretty nice too. That is not one I've heard of. It may not be in Australia.
Don't know about it. The only two I really
Not,
know
nor
is
do I.
Monster, Red Bull. I think there's another one, Rockstar. But
Yeah.
I'm not an energy drink drinker. The only one I really enjoyed was Full Throttle, and it seems to have been discontinued quite some time ago, sadly. I guess we can try another one.
Pup said DCUO makes me really sleepy.
Ah, you're being mean now.
Poor DC. I love DC. Actually, it doesn't make me sleepy, but I do fall asleep playing it, so I don't know. But I mean, I play tired already, and my loadouts and everything I have memorized. So if I had my eyes shut, I'd probably be able to play at least a little bit. I wouldn't know where I'm going, but I could do my loadout set no problem.
Oh, we have a pretty cool Venom over here. Or is it Spider-Man with a black suit? Nah, it's Venom. It has to be Venom.
Ooh, it looks good.
Oh yeah.
Nino says, once fell asleep in Elite Plus while waiting for a friend to reconnect. Had 100 missed Discord calls. You fell asleep for a bit there. Oh no, Jason says I've been a villain since 2011, and at this point I have to do weeklies by following a group of heroes. That's so sad. What
Ah,
console are you on?
sorry for
Because
you.
at least on here, I feel like the villains can get it done because my heroes on here have no problem. But as you go back through the consoles, so you go to EU, it's less, Xbox even less, and then Switch even less, and that's playing a hero. I can't imagine what it's like for a villain on the Switch. Jeez, probably horrible. That's kind of sad though.
Our friend Spider-Man looks pretty cool.
He does. Actually, everyone here is looking pretty cool. Oh, pardon me. Now I've got hiccups. Jer Bear says, there's way too many heroes. Everyone wants to be a good guy. I'm a villain for life. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. When this Universe Online first started, it would seem like most people would start playing heroes. So, which is easy to understand, I suppose. But sadly, it led to At some point, it felt like there was for each villain there was like 20 heroes, but it's more like
Yeah.
from what I understand, it's more like 30% of villains. So about two and a half, two times more heroes, a bit more than two times more heroes. But
Yeah.
still, it would reflect like in PvP. Villains would pretty much play non-stop, where heroes would have to wait and wait and wait before they could actually get into a match. So early on in the early days, it was much easier to get into a PvP match, and of course to get the marks you needed to buy your villain gear.
Mm.
So in the early days, a villain at the edge for when it came to PvP. But at some point, they made some changes, and that no longer was the case after a while. When they added the Task Force X thingy, so that heroes and villains could be matched together, that kind of
Oh,
put
I
an end
forgot
to
that
that.
was even a thing. You couldn't even match together then. 'Cause, yeah, I found out. I
Well,
found that out really recently. I always thought that if you queued for a load-in and there was no particular hero or villain version, and you could just anyone could play the current load-in, that they would queue them together. But apparently that was something they had to change for people to be able to do. I
well,
didn't realize that until just recently because it was before my time.
well. Early on, you had to like for alerts, you would queue and you had one DPS, one tank, one healer, and one controller. So you had to cure for the role you wanted to use, and very often people would cure, let's say, for a DPS and a controller, even if they had no intention to play as a controller, just to be able to get into the mission.
Yeah.
Eventually, they changed that and they added the role-less buff, and then
Yeah.
eventually they added the option to be able to play with evil villains. And for PvP, again, it used to be a group of heroes versus a group of villains. But then they changed that so that you could end up heroes versus heroes because
A lot of changes.
there was too many heroes and not enough villains. So
Yeah.
the waiting time for heroes was much longer than for villains at the time.
Yeah, that's kind of unfair. That's why I'm really hoping that whatever changes they make allows us to group, because it will just make it so much easier for people to play through the content.
Yeah, but there are people who don't want that. Like when we first were able to when they first started mixing people up for the PvP, one phenomenon that would happen is that if a villain, let's say, was matched in a group of heroes, he would he would sabotage the mission. He would try to make the heroes lose because
Yeah.
he saw himself as a villain, and he couldn't have the opposite faction win. So sadly,
Yeah.
that led to some issues like that where people would sabotage the mission for their group because they were in the wrong group, quote unquote.
That's interesting. I hope that doesn't become a thing if they start doing this. Or it might be. Who knows?
Well, if
People in general just like trolling other people.
oh yeah, that's for sure. I guess it depends if it's optional or not. If it's optional, maybe that won't happen so much. But if they force heroes and villains to be together, then yeah, you can be sure that some villains will be pissed off, and
Mm,
they'll troll their hero partners.
sounds awful and kind of funny. But I mean, they can hopefully get booted if they do that. Kick them from the group.
Yeah, but we can kick one every 3 hours.
Maybe I'm curious if that will change. But also, they're also going to make it so that you can get into load-ins with smaller groups now. So maybe we won't have to match with as many people as we think, and we'll be able to stick without factions for that sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm curious to see how that's going to work, because I really want to be able to load in groups of 4 for raids and stuff, because often we can complete it with 4. Sometimes when I was on the Switch, we would just say, hey, can you guys just queue up for this thing with us? You can leave straight away. We just want to get in. And then they'd queue up, we'd get in, and then they'd leave, and then we'd complete it. So it's not necessary to have the number that they say. It's just, what they do, I guess. I'm guessing you could do the same. You could solo them all.
Or there used to be this tank, Def Mike, who would do that.
What, queue up and leave? Or who would ask
No,
people to queue up and
you
leave
would
so it's a
play
solo?
he would play 8-player missions solo with his fire tank.
Yeah. See, that's what I would like to eventually do, but I need to get this character built up to the level that my other characters are on other consoles, because she's weak at the moment. I don't have half the stat points, just I don't have my artifacts done, my allies aren't leveled properly yet. I think I have all my allies, though, so that's nice, but not there. So I would love to get her up to the point, like on my Switch, where I could solo all of the raids and stuff, because I think that would be fun. But yeah, have to have people who queue up for me at the moment and then leave, like we did on the Switch. I don't think that would happen on here. But I mean, if they change it, I wonder if they'll make it so we can load into raids as a soloist. That would be cool. Instead of just cutting it down to a smaller number, making it so you can load in by yourself if you want.
Well, it's something that's been requested for a long, long time. So
yeah, it'll be fun.
Hopefully that's what they're going to do, but we don't know yet.
I know, but because they were super vague, I say they, he was super vague. It was only one person. But I mean, he was speaking for them all, so I guess they still make sense. Jason said, I started around DLC 5, I think, Hand of Fate. Back then, it took forever to level, and you had to do so much to get the add-ons for your gear, like the Vengeful Dominant Exos, etc. Way before my time. Way before.
Yeah, the grinder was a bit more tough back then. You had to grind a bit more, a lot more.
Yeah. There we go. I started at, well, I don't know what episode Flashpoint is, but when I started playing, Flashpoint was just released as I was playing. So, I don't know. That's very recent. I'm on I think I'm on 4 years now playing this game. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while at this point.
Yeah. But I will say, on this particular console, less than a year of actually playing it. So, just so everyone's aware. And on this server, even less time. Wildside says, damn it, I missed and left the group? Is that the person who dropped off and we lost them?
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It happens. Yeah. It's hard when you get booted as well. Happens to me. It has happened to me quite a bit, but I will say, when I chuck my PlayStation onto my hotspot from my phone, I have very little trouble with booting. I still get lag, but I don't get booted, so that's nice. It's clearly my internet that's an issue with that. Dennis says, hello from EU. Hello!
Hello.
I wonder if that's EU server or, like, the actual physical EU. Because, you know, I am on the EU server, but I am not in the EU. So I'm guessing from EU server? Jason also said, I've been a fire tank since the start. I can carry without heals when I have to. Absolutely, I can too. It's great. But for soloing, it's a beautiful power to use. It's a really good damage too. It's a really good tank too, even in a group. But I don't know. It's fire is lovely. I'm a little worried about the potential for them to do something to it to kind of nerf it, and I'm hoping that's something that never happens. Because I love it so much. So, yeah, don't let that happen.
Well, so far they don't seem to be trying to nerf powers or abilities. What they seem to be doing is they seem to be using artifacts and even allies to try to adjust the powers.
Yeah. I'm glad that that's where they're leaning, because I really enjoy the game with my fire character. If they did something to mess it up so it doesn't function the way it currently does, I'd be a little sad, and I don't know that I'd play through the same way. Fred says, I like gadgets at mental for the second loadout. I wish there were healer powers with a second loadout capacity. I don't know what that means. I like gadget. I think that might mean I like gadgets and mental for the second loadout. I'm not sure what he means. I'm sorry. Do you understand what that one means, Multi?
Can you say it again?
Yeah, I like gadgets at mental for the second loadout. I wish there was a healer's power with a second loadout capacity. Second
Nah.
loadout? Do you mean a separate second bar? I mean, I don't understand.
Uh,
I,
maybe because when you have there's some powers where you have another loadout. If you use, let's say, like in this case, it would be invisibility. Like with gadget, they have the stealth loadout. Mental, mental has the invisibility loadout. I could have sworn. Oh yeah, it's mental that has invisibility. Okay, so yeah, gadget. With gadget, you have your DPS loadout, you have your gadget loadout, but there's also an invisibility loadout. So if you have invisibility in your loadout, then it switches you to another loadout for your character.
oh, yeah, the second set. Now I know what you mean. Okay.
So
Got
technically,
it.
those powers can have two different loadouts. So you
Yes.
don't have to have all your abilities on your main loadout. There's a few abilities that, let's say you don't use them as much or as often, you could decide to have them on your second loadout. So basically, you would go into stealth, then your stealth loadout would appear, and then you would use an ability from the stealth loadout.
Yep. I got it now. Sorry, guys, I was awake.
It's a bit tricky because as soon as you get some damage, you get out of stealth and you don't have your loadout anymore.
Are we down a person again?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, mister.
Johnny!
Ow, I gotta adjust the volume.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me go to the House of Legends. I'm assuming y'all are over there.
Yes.
Of course. Oh, you here? Yay! Not just in chat. We're gonna see his awesome kick-ass character. Are you on Godly Doom?
Of course.
No, keep no. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret.
He's not on Godly Doom?
You're on Godly Craven.
No. No.
Come on, the movie is about to come out. You have to be Godly Craven.
Oh, I am. The phase is full. Damn. Oh, there you go.
Aww. What phase are we in? Yeah, it's not a surprise. Usually the phases in here are full, aren't they?
Usually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm here.
Phase 8.
I'm right here.
It's funny here, it shows a 37 out of 50.
You're right here. Where? I don't see you, unless I don't know what your character is.
The T800.
No.
I can't see any that makes me think it's him. No, I don't see any that is leaping out to me as yours. I have no idea.
I'm right here.
Too late.
Oh. Gone? I'm seriously looking through. I can't see you. So I don't know who your character is. Maybe it wasn't loading. Maybe you were there and we couldn't see you. I could only see people from our group.
I was the Terminator.
Oh, I couldn't see a Terminator. I'm thinking maybe we couldn't see you.
No, we saw him.
I didn't. I also wasn't looking at the screen on YouTube. Maybe I should have looked there.
That's alright.
What am I doing? I'm tanking now. Right.
It is what it is. You'll see it later.
Excellent! I'm so curious. I would love to see the Terminator. I love it when we create characters that are from not even DC and Marvel, but I mean that one. But because I've made Star Trek characters before, I would love to see Terminator.
We have quite a few options for a Terminator character now.
Yeah, I haven't even thought of it. Now I'm like running through things in my head, what pieces he might be using.
Oh yeah.
Nino says, my main is a water heal, and to my surprise, I really enjoy playing water precision DPS with my other loadout. For what I know, I am the only water precision DPS on EU. That is potentially true.
Could be. I don't think water
Yeah.
DPS is that popular. And
No, it's not.
On the EU, there's probably even less of them. So yeah, that could be possible.
Come over here, ads. Obey me. Woo! I'm going to apologize. My tank build is not 100% built up. I mean, neither is my damage, but my tank even less so. Actually, I think the artifacts on my tank build are higher. But my allies are definitely not there. Oh. There we go. Hi says this game is too easy. If you play a fire tank, that's probably true. But
Again, it depends. It depends which power you use. It depends also
what you're doing as well.
It depends who you play with. If you think the game is too easy, random queue with a whole bunch of groups, and you'll realize that it's not that easy when you don't have a full group carrying you. So
Yeah.
I understand that. For some people maybe it seems easy, but for most people it's not. Very often in the past when we see the devs try to increase the difficulty of the game, sadly it kind of showed that they did not seem to have a good grasp on the skill level of most players. Like, sadly, it would seem that sometimes they were listening to the end game elite players, and they didn't realize that, that was maybe the top 1% of players that thought it was too easy. But for 99% of the player base, they just didn't have the skill to play the more difficult content. They did adjust after a while. Like, basically, they made that mistake with Origin Crisis, where they did crank up the difficulty way to the max, only to realize that most people couldn't play that way. So they promised.
Sometimes it's not even a case of can't, it's a case of don't want to. Like, I play relaxed and sleepy on this particular game. There are games where I've done played through stuff that's hard and gotten like my character as leveled as possible, being an elitist basically. But not in this game, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, but very often, even if you wanted to, a group would kick you out because the content was so difficult that people did not want to run with people who did not have end game gear. You had to have, I think it was T5 gear was the top gear that you got at the time. So if you did not have T5 gear, forget it. People would kick you out. And even worse, if you did not have also the latest mods, people would kick you out. So playing the content was very difficult, not just because of the content itself, but because of people were not willing, because of the difficulty of the content, people were not willing to run the content with anyone that was not maximized.
Yeah. I experienced something similar when I was playing Elder Scrolls Online, where I had characters who were playing the way that I liked, but because they weren't considered to be the optimal things put together for my character, weapon with the particular build that I had and things like that, people didn't want me in. So I created a build that was for that, and I played it, and it worked great, but I didn't enjoy the game as much. And they'd let that one in, and anytime they needed help with that sort of thing, I'd put that character in. But honestly, I enjoyed the game more with what I had previously. So I was just, I don't know, changed my mentality and was like, I'm here for fun. If they don't want me in, I don't care, and I'll play the other way. So, I don't know. I'm a relaxed player. I'm not hardcore player, I don't think.
So after Origin Crisis, Spittle swore that they would never do that again because a lot of people left. It was what they called at the time a league killer. Entire league disappeared overnight thanks to Origin Crisis.
Yeah. They really do make some slip-ups with the things that they do listen to. It would be nice if they had people who were avid and continuous players of the game who could, communicate with people who are lower level or aren't interested in playing the harder stuff to make sure that sort of thing doesn't happen. But that means that they'd be paying a person to play video games all the time. Don't know that that's a very smart move.
They wouldn't do that.
No.
And even right now with some of the players that they kind of get feedback from, sometimes they still end up listening to the wrong players. So
yeah,
there's no magic solution, sadly.
I'm happy if a game is fun. I don't mind if it's easy. I don't mind if it's hard. But if I have fun, like interesting narrative or good people to play with, good, nice, smooth movement in this one in particular, I really love. Then I'm happy. Distance said, yep, when SOE rebranded and was sold, the plans for customizable sidekicks and think the new UI were scrapped, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I haven't played, so I don't know. Hi says you should be able to walk through pets too. I completely agree with that. They often block, especially when I'm tanking. I find that pets sometimes, or not allies, what's the other one called? Henchmen, will get right in the way of what I'm trying to do. I must admit, I'm not tanking very well because I keep looking down at the questions in the comment section.
That's all right.
But
yeah, it's one of the challenges of tanking is henchmen and pets. Yeah, sometimes you get surrounded by them, and trying to get out of the way is a little tricky sometimes.
And also it blocks your pull sometimes. So I have an AoE pull which tends to work with the pets near me, but the second I need to use my single target pull, that is a pain in the butt. They block it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Because it's very line of sight in this game, and for some reason, if a pet is in the way, the pull isn't going to work. So have
Sounds
you...
like a skill
is
issue.
there any way... Oh, sorry. Johnny?
I was just saying, it sounds like a skill issue.
Last time we were on multi, you were saying something about how you're not able to put your chat up on the screen of your video when you're on the PS5.
Yes.
Is that... Yeah. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with now if I go live, right? Because
Yeah.
I now have a PS5! Ah!
Because with the PS4, you could have your chat on the right side of the screen, the way the UI was made. But with the PS5, what they do is that sometimes there'll be like a bubble, almost like a bubble popping up, showing some of the chat, but it doesn't seem to show all of it, or maybe there's a delay. I'm not sure, but doesn't seem to work quite the same way.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
maybe if I go live, I'll use my PS4.
But being able to get the whole chat like it used to be, not an option really. But when we do watch the replay, there is the whole chat on the YouTube UI, I would say.
Mhm. All right, so that's something for me to note. If I do go live, potentially I might use my PS4 to see if I can get the chat scrolling on screen.
If you manage to get the chat on screen, let me know. But I didn't see the option for that.
All right, I'll give it a shot when I get up to it. That could be a couple months away. Especially around Christmas. I don't know that I'll be going live right around this time of year.
Come on, you can do it.
I mean, I might be busy, not because I don't think I can do it. There we go. I feel like I'm gonna cough and I keep squashing it down and now my throat feels really weird.
Oh.
I try not to cough because I know if I turn off my mic to cough and then turn it back on, the sound that I have coming through your video is shocking, and you have to readjust. I don't want you to have to readjust all the time.
That's okay. You can cough. We'll forgive you.
Oh, thank you. Hi said nature is the broken ivy ally did that. Nature is what? Oh, I think it's in response to distance. Hang on, I need to move my character where we're going. They said the collision is required since they have health bars and required if they're attackable by enemies. Oh, I see. Sorry, now I'm just getting involved in a conversation that's happening in the chat. Nino says electric really is an entertaining heal in comparison to water heal. My healing gameplay is water, as water is pretty blank but OP. I like the water healing. I enjoy the gameplay of it. I enjoy the way that it looks a lot. I think it's really pretty. Which, you know, priorities. We don't care about whether it's the best one. We care about whether it looks nice, apparently.
It has to be.
Yeah,
it has to be the best of the best.
Water is definitely one of. I think water is one of the better looking powers for sure in the game.
I agree.
And sounding as well. Like it's one of the least annoying sounding ones as well.
Yes, I agree with that too. That's one of the things I dislike so much about Atomic is the sound. I think you agreed with me on that one, Johnny.
Yeah, I think.
Not
See, here's the
pleasant.
thing. I I think in terms of like how good it is, it's probably one of the best powers. But here's the thing, it's so annoying with the sound and the visuals are super like, I don't know, ugly. That it's just
I agree.
it's just too annoying to use, you know?
Yes, I completely agree. I think that's where I don't like it, because originally I thought maybe I don't like Atomic because I don't like how many button pressings I have to do for the combos, but honestly, I love Celestial, and that has the same thing, so I don't think that's it. I think it's the sound and the look. I don't like it. It's one of the things that deters me from Earth as well, is the look of it being too big for my screen. Atomic just looks ugly to me. I don't like it.
Did someone comment about the creature commandos on YouTube?
If they did, I can't see it in the section I'm up to. I don't want to scroll too far down and accidentally skip anyone.
That's alright. I know that there's creature commandos on HBO. Sadly, I don't have HBO. I have Crave that sort of kind of have HBO, some our HBO and HBO Max. But sadly, they don't seem to have everything. They seem to have only a few things. But I'll look up on YouTube. If you say that there are some episodes on YouTube, I'll look it up. But I'm not very optimistic about Creature Commando. The reshifts, some of the reviews seems to be liking it, but even the reviews that liked it, the way they describe it, it's as if like sometimes if you just read the review, you're not too sure if they liked it, and then they end up saying they like it. So it's as if they're not sure, but then they say they like it even if they don't really. So let's go 4 on one side, 4 on the other side.
Yeah, healer's taking the left, so I'll take the right.
We need 2 more here. We'll be good. I don't charge too far ahead because we have to get rid of the NPCs that spawn in the tunnel. Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could charge ahead, but then if you don't defeat the NPCs, it won't matter anyway.
Yeah. I'm really sorry, anyone who gets stuck on my side.
I'm sure Johnny's stuck on your side.
I'm not even there.
He's not even in this loading. I just saw some people come up to my side, and then I think they were like, hang on, that's that girl on his channel, let's not go with her. And then they moved across to the left.
That could be.
Did you say that could be? This is when you're supposed to defend me and say no one would do that to you. Laura, you're lovely. Come on.
I mean, I would do that.
Yeah, I know, you totally would. I wouldn't blame anyone. This build is not great.
We have to activate the consoles on both sides. There's a console you have to activate on your side, Shadow.
Thank you.
That's alright.
Sorry, I was reading comments trying to get past a conversation.
That's okay. My bad. Oh, you have Power Girl, lucky you.
Woo!
Oh, I know which one you're doing now.
Of course you do. Got everything memorized. Distant is asking, from the screenshots in the producer's letter, what storyline do you think they're adapting for the next 4 chapters? Come on, that was so far away, those pictures! And like, just the ground, like, I have no idea.
They're talking about some sort of a mystery. Also, I'm not sure why they keep on saying, being very proud of, we have the darkest DLC we ever had. We heard that before also. I don't know why they care about the DLC being the darkest. But anyway,
Are we asking for that? I don't know.
They were talking about some sort of mystery.
I like dark stuff.
I like dark stuff too, but I'm not specifically like, I must have the darkest DLC in this game. I don't care that much.
See, here's my theory. Here's my theory. All right, it's gonna have either something to do with Raven, Justice League Dark, or it's gonna have something to do with Black Lanterns again.
Please be Raven. Justice League Dark, I wouldn't mind either, but I would rather Raven. I love Raven! Oh.
That's probably the route they're gonna do, to be honest.
I don't know. there are going to be 3 movies for Nightfall. So maybe it's going to be 4 DLCs about the Nightfall storyline.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I guess we just have to. And I don't know.
Well, they've been
Honestly,
talking about.
those screenshots give me so little information.
They did mention that there was going to be some sort of synergy between the movies and the games and all that stuff. So I don't know if they're going for a multi-part Nightfall storyline in the movies. Why not have that in the game? But
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
I'm also curious. Sorry.
They've always given us DLCs based on relevant projects, whether it's animated movies or live action movies or TV shows. And they've also given us what's called multiple part stories, such as the metal stuff. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do a multiple part thing on something that's relevant right now.
right now,
It
there's
wouldn't
nothing.
surprise me either, but that was the previous devs.
Right now, there's
you know.
nothing relevant really.
True.
And I'm curious about the saying that it's a mystery aspect as well, because it. I don't know. There's a potential for the way that the episodes run, which aren't even episodes anymore, being quite different from what we're used to as well with a mystery, discovering information and things, which would be leaning heavier into, like, I don't know, finding out information and storyline and puzzles, rather than heavier into the attacking side that seems to be here. So I'm hoping it doesn't do that.
If there's a mystery, there we might see. It might be a hint towards Phantom Stranger or Batman as well, if you're saying the word mystery.
Yeah, I was wondering Batman. Honestly, I was wondering that.
Well,
but I'm
Batman-
not sure because
Or
the
Phantom
pictures are so
Stranger.
vague. Everything is so vague.
Well, Batman: The Long Halloween could have been maybe an option, but probably something they should do for Halloween instead. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or there's
Nightcrawler is here on Marvel Toon apparently. Martin Lee? I think that was Martin Lee. Hi,
Or there's-
Nightcrawler!
or there's Batman Hush coming up with Jim Lee, like Batman Hush 2 or something.
Eh. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Hush looks like a cool and badass character. All right.
yeah.
And sure that
yeah.
sure that you know it's they can do a lot of cool grounded level stuff, but it's freaking DC Universe Online, where you fight Perpetua and Darkseid on a regular basis. I'm sorry, but fighting Hush at this point is just boring.
Well, you could fight Dark Hush, who's been taken over by Darkseid. We don't know.
Like I don't know. There's no way they're gonna do anything ground level again. There's no way.
Well, look when we
I don't
got
know.
the riddle.
Who knows what they'll do?
Look when we got the riddle with crime. Like we had some cosmic stuff before that, and then they went back to ground level. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was just I would just say a filler episode more than anything. It wasn't really a real episode.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh noes!
What?
We have to go to the consoles now.
Yeah, I'm here, but it's hard to activate it as a tank. They keep, you know.
Yeah,
keeping my
yeah.
eye on
You have
it.
to
But
destroy the
the
light.
hard light fixed it up. There we go.
You need a good shield, or yeah, you need your friends to get rid of the tentacles.
Yeah, I put immolation on that one. They can deactivate. If I have hard light, then I can get it in one, which is pretty good. But I just forgot. I forgot to put hard light on.
That's all right.
Distance says Switch 2 should be coming soon. Also, some model leaks came out apparently thanks to a third-party Switch case maker. That's interesting. I have looked up the new Switch that's coming out, but when I looked it up was quite a while ago. I'm thinking like maybe 6 months or something. So when I looked at the specs that were stated then, it was more of a look, this is where we might be going, rather than an actual telling us what we will definitely get. So, and I don't remember what it was either, but I do remember being unimpressed. So I looked at it and thought, yeah, it's not worth me buying it. It's not going to improve my DC enough for me to warrant that money output. So maybe that has changed. I might look it up after we've done this live, and maybe I get some more sleep, because, you know, running on 2 hours of sleep. So I guess we'll see. I am curious. I'm kind of hoping they put out something that's either got better hardware which I think is a little bit difficult because I think they're trying to keep it really light as a portable game console, and I don't know that they can fit what they need to in it and have it still be nice and compact for what they're doing. So I don't know. I mean, it's not like the Switch is trying to design their console to accommodate this game. But if they bring out a physical console, I think that they would potentially be able to have something that can compete with PS and Xbox. But I don't know. I hope they do. So my character can be saved. There we go.
But sadly, for the next episode, or I guess the next 4 episodes, we have no idea what they're going to do, other than
No,
some
none.
sort of mystery that will last 4 episodes.
It better
I
not
just-
last an entire year.
I just hope that the 4 episodes are not back to back and they spread it out with some other stuff, because like, if I don't like the story in general, I'm gonna hate the entire year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather them spread it out between like maybe 2-3 years, than them just put it all 1 year and make a part of the community just hate the game. You know, like, no, spread it out so that there's something that everybody can play.
Yeah, that's the problem with multi-part stuff, is that if you don't like the part 1, you're stuck. You're gonna have the next 3 parts where you're not gonna like it.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I'm
Well,
so curious.
In the past, when we did get like a Halls of Power and War of Light and stuff like that, they would alternate. Like one DLC, we got Halls of Power, then War of the Light, then the one with Wonder Woman, I forget the name, and then they would go back for Halls of Power Part 2, then War of Light Part 2. So, but from the information we got in the producer's letter, I don't think they would do that. I would expect. Oh, we have Batman of Zur-En-Arr. So I would expect, let's say we get
Oh, you look so cool. Sorry.
that's okay. So I would expect we get the storyline 4 DLCs in a row. But I think we talked about that last week. Like, where is let's assume they do go with the episodic storyline, and oh, where's the button? Nah.
You lost the button on your controller.
Well, the omnibus.
We're down a person again.
Is that why?
Maybe
I
they're
don't
not.
know?
They haven't come out.
That could be why.
Someone's still in there, maybe.
No, we're down 1%.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
made the what's it called this based off Judgment Day Terminator, basically.
So from the looks of it, like if we get the next 4 episodes that are going to the mystery whatever, well, if we get 2 DLCs per year, that means that mystery will last us for 2 years. And even if they go back to 3 DLC per year, again, that means for the next year and change, that's what we're going to get. So it better be a
Yeah.
good storyline. Otherwise, we're going to otherwise the next year will be a bit rough.
Yeah, I'm a little bit on
What?
tenterhooks. Like I don't know what to expect.
And that's just it. I don't want a DLC that's gonna last forever. You know.
Yeah, same. I want it to be.
I mean, if it is gonna last a long time, spare it. That's just all I ask. You know.
Yep. I just feel like if it's something I don't like, I don't want it to last forever. And it's something I do like, I don't want it to last forever. I want to get to the point. So, I don't know. I'm waiting to see what they do, because the fact that they've changed it from being called an episode makes me think that the way that it functions is going to be quite different. Because otherwise, why else would you change it from episode to something else?
Well, sometimes you try to create the illusion of change. Like if you rename something, you give the illusion that you changed it without really changing anything.
Yeah, but also if they brought out something that's very different and still called it an episode, they'd have an uproar of people saying, this isn't an episode, this isn't what the episodes were. Why did you change the episodes? But calling it something different saves them with that. A little bit. But I mean, anything they do, they've got potential backlash, so.
Just discussing our plan of attack.
When I was under Barbatos's control, the connection went.
Distance said the Switch isn't dead. It's just sick. Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
back.
Let's go with that. It's gonna get better, okay? I'm dreaming a little, I think, with that one.
You're dreaming a lot.
I'm just gonna have to build up something over here as well as I built it up over there. But I played it for like, what, 4 years over there? Exclamation! I have not played this one on here, clearly. I'm getting kicked far away. There we go.
Did they kick your butt?
No, well, I guess. I just kept getting kicked away. It didn't hurt me or anything. My health bar's fine.
For people wondering why we don't invite people to the voice chat, already you may have noticed it's challenging already when there's like 3 of us on the chat. So having more people in the chat would just create a mess. So sadly we don't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, many years from now, we'll make I don't know, maybe a live stream where we'll have 8 people in the chat, chatting, but we're not there yet.
That'll be interesting because I have a little bit of lag when I'm chatting on here, and so when you guys talk, often I don't hear it until after I've started talking, and I usually say sorry and I shut up so that you guys can speak. But if we had 8 people on, jeez, I'd talk so many times and have to be like, oh sorry, oh sorry, oh sorry.
Well, that's part of the issue. Like we're going to spend our time just doing that.
Yeah, just apologizing to each other. That'll be a really entertaining chat.
I guess it's something we could do if we use something like OBS and do a live stream through that. Then maybe we could try to have. I've seen some streams where they had like 8 or 10 people, so maybe we could do that at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out OBS.
I've used OBS for all of my test server recording. It functions well for that, but I haven't gone live. Obviously, I haven't gone live with it, so I'm not sure how well it would do for that. And it's not the standard thing that I use for my editing anyway, because the way that I do my editing, obviously, I'm trying to put my face on while I'm playing on a console, so I'm using Filmora. So I use that way more often.
Maybe I'll try that, because I've been trying to find an alternative to. I'm using Movie Maker right now.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't recommend Filmora for live streaming. It's more of an editing program for other stuff. I only use it because I do other stuff other than gaming, so it works for those. And then putting my face on is a little tricky because I don't use the camera that's on my computer for it. So I think OBS is probably safer than Filmora for what you want to do. Oh, now I got hiccups.
So do you want to go downstairs or do I go downstairs?
I don't mind.
Remember, you can only pick 3. We should split up. I know how he thinks. Some of you go through the portals, and some stay here.
I'm going?
Yeah, if you want to go. Do you know which card to pick?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Then I should have gone then. That's all right.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. We'll start over. Worst comes to worst.
Outlander's down here. Did he pay attention? Maybe he knows.
We have to pick. Basically, we have to defeat the cards that are over here, and we have 3 cards.
Batman was one of them. Does it have to go in order?
Well, basically, we have to defeat 4 cards using only 3 cards. So you have to figure out the cards that can destroy all 4 cards. I guess Batman.
I don't know that I've ever played this one. It looks familiar, but none of this part is familiar. So, explain.
So we need one with the arrow on top. Oh, no. Actually, I did a boo-boo. I thought Batman had an
Arrow
arrow
on
here.
top?
Nah, forget it.
No, Superman does.
I messed up.
Okay. So Superman?
No, we need arrows to the left and arrow at the bottom. But with 3 cards, we can do it.
Yeah. Left and bottom is Robin.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to be reading the chat while I'm concentrating down here,
No,
guys.
that's okay. We're gonna have to start over anyway. I did. We don't.
Yeah.
We didn't have quite the right cards. Pick one that has the arrow on top or on the right.
So top is Superman. Yeah. And yep, Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember ever having done this. I don't think I've done it before.
That's okay.
Wow, it's rare that I get into a load-in I've never done. It's common to get into one I've never done on this console, but never done at all. I don't think that's ever happened.
Okay.
Like,
So
not
now,
since...
a card with an arrow to the right or to the bottom.
I'm up here. Why am I here?
Oh, wait. No, we have to start over. Okay.
Okay.
Is there one with an arrow to the right and to the top?
I am up here with you. Do I go back in?
Oh, no, okay. I'll go.
Okay. Then what do I need to... I don't know what to tell you about these, so...
Okay, then you go.
Someone else know?
Well,
All right.
we have to defeat the cards over here with only 3 cards. So basically, here we would need, let's say, a card that has an arrow on top and an arrow to the right in order to be able to take both those cards with 1 card.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
Then
So a top and right together.
yes. Then we would need
Okay.
the one to take down, let's say, Robin over here, and another one to take down the Batman Who Laughs over here.
All right, so I'll go for top and right first. Got you.
Okay.
Okay, I understand this. Glad you know what we're doing. Top and right. Here we go.
It's a bit tricky because you have enemies also attacking you downstairs. I don't know if someone went with you.
Yeah, I was fine, but Outlander got knocked out.
Okay.
And I tried to pick him up, but I ended up back up the top with you. I'm tanking, so I'm fine. It just takes time to knock him out because I don't have high damage output.
That's okay. We'll
This
get
is
there.
cool. I've never done this before. New content is fun.
Okay. So either to an arrow to the top or to the left or right.
All right. Bear with me. I've still got a little dude to knock out. Okay. So top or left or right?
Oh wait.
I'm not doing one.
Yeah,
so
no. Top would do it. Top would do it.
top. Okay. Man, they like to move when I'm trying to activate them. Here we go. That's the
Okay.
top. Cool. Now I know how to do this one. I can't believe I've never played this content before. It's so cool.
Okay. And then either another one on top or to the right.
Okay. I've still got a little dude I'm knocking out. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Take the time you need.
Well, that's a down. We don't want down.
Yeah, he says get the Batman card. Yeah, Batman should do it.
Yeah, I see it. There it is. It doesn't have an arrow. You sure?
Well, it has an arrow to the right, so we'll be able to take down Robin with it.
Okay. There's no arrow on it here, though.
You don't have an arrow to the right
Just
of
so you're
Batman?
aware. No.
Yeah,
it
the
just
arrow.
has no arrow at all on it.
No, the arrow is there.
Oh, beautiful. I don't know why I couldn't see it on here. A couple of them sometimes look like they don't have an arrow. Oh, I've got a lovely portal that's shooting things at me now, so that's fun. I'm concentrated, guys. I'm sorry. I will be looking at the chat still. Do I get out of here once I've defeated all enemies, or is there a way to go back up? Looks like there is.
There's a 3-card games.
Oh, okay. There's nothing down here. Oh, okay. Where am I now? Oh, I'm back. Hello.
Okay. So we did that once.
Go
Now,
back down?
so here you see there's 4 cards over here.
We need a bottom and a right in one hit.
So basically, we have to be
Yeah.
able to take them. Like, let's say we have to take down this one. Then, if we could
Yeah.
get a card that can take down this one and this one at the same time, and then the last card to take down the Batman.
All right. Give me a sec. We need a right. Down. Batman has a right arrow.
No, we need the left one right now.
Okay.
With the right,
I
we
don't
wouldn't
have
be
a
able
left
to.
arrow.
Or
Wonder Woman has a down. That's not
do you
where
have
we went. Batman has a right as well. Okay. No. I don't have any. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One's appeared. Robin with a left and a down.
okay, no, don't.
No.
Because we'll need that to take down 2 cards. Oh no,
Okay.
left and the down. No, okay, take it. We'll grab another one for the 2, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
You guys need a healer?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
So we need one left and top.
You have to wait. I've got enemies again.
Oh, it's okay.
If you guys need a healer, just let me know.
No pro. Is your Terminator a healer?
No, I'm not on Terminator right now.
Oh. Fair enough. Must be really boring for what you guys can see. I'm so sorry. The viewers are just looking at all the characters standing there waiting for me. I'm so sorry. Okay, what do you need next?
Left and top.
That mission takes so long. If you don't,
There
I
is
mean,
a
back in
left and top on one card. I've got a
Second.
top on Superman.
Nah, that one we'll keep for Batman. We'll take down Batman with it.
Okay. I don't have a left and top together.
No. Then we're gonna have to start over.
I
then.
have top and right Nightwing.
Nah,
Top Superman. Hawk Girl has got top and bottom.
no. Do you have Batman Who Laughs, for example?
No. I got 5 cards. One is a down. One is a up and right.
Oh, let's go.
Batman is a right. Go for
Right.
that.
Well, nah, it doesn't matter. We don't have. How do we fix this one? That's okay. Pick any one.
know.
We'll start over.
Okay. Sorry if I made a mistake.
No, it's not your mistake.
Yeah, it looks like I only get 5 cards each time.
Because we have to defeat them with 3 cards. That's the problem. That's the challenge.
Yeah. Yep.
Just send us another one and we'll start over.
Yep. Did it not go? I already did one?
Oh yeah, we need one more. We need to get the
right,
3
right.
cards.
Sorry, I'm still attacking the enemy. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Basically, we need the 3 cards to be able to defeat the 4 cards.
Okay.
And we did a boo-boo, so we got to start over.
How dare you?
Well, usually I blame you for that.
You still could.
I know.
You can blame me for not being there.
It's fun blaming you.
It's probably going to kick you out again, so we'll have to start over.
Yep, that's fine. Alright, back. Yeah, there was no Robin. Anyway. This one day does take a long time. Mind you, it might be taking a long time because I'm sucking at it.
Nah, it's okay. So come here. I'll try to explain it again.
Ah, no, I did it again! I went down.
Oh, you went down?
I was
Okay.
trying to be fast for you.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
As long as you tell me the directions and I can tell you the directions, we should be able to work it out. Alright, and we've got Robin left and down.
I can do it.
Batman right. Oh, I've got more cards this time. Superman up, Wonder Woman down, and Nightwing is up and right. So I think we need to look at these two. I've got an up and right, and I've got a left and down.
Okay. Up and right.
I also have Hawkgirl, top and bottom.
Okay, send us. Do you have one left and bottom?
I did. Hang on.
Or right and bottom would do.
Do these cards disappear?
Could be.
One of them. Did cards down here disappear? And it came back. Yeah,
Yes.
I've got left and bottom, which is Robin, or
Okay.
right and top, which is Nightwing.
Send us Robin.
Robin.
Robin or Nightwing. Either should probably do.
Yep.
I think. Unless I did a boo boo.
Okay, I'll go with whatever you say, Multi.
Okay, so with that we take down 2 cards.
That's cool.
Do you know it, Johnny?
If I was there, I would.
Yeah, I don't know anything because I'm down in the cave, but I trust Multi.
I don't know.
Maybe that will be my downfall.
It didn't work.
Why not?
I'm not sure.
Because you listen to Multi.
Okay, send us Nightwing, I guess.
Okay. Is it necessary to do a 2 at the start? Because I feel like we could... I'm not up the top. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Oh, Outlander says he knows the card. So we'll try.
Beautiful.
We'll have to try again.
All right.
Send us any card. We'll have to start over.
Yeah, I'm just attacking the last enemy. I'm really sorry, guys. I know that there's a lot of dead air because I can't do the chat while I'm trying to kick this thing's butt. It's not difficult. I just, need to pay attention. And send any card. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
What? What's
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
I think something's wrong with Johnny. Maybe he broke. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I got knocked right out.
Yeah, we did too. We did a boo boo one time too many, I think.
Oh, okay.
You should bring in your healer. You should bring in the best healer ever.
We're already a full group, though, aren't we? Yeah, we're a full group.
Hmm.
Whee! See, this looks familiar. Is there another load-in that looks like this?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is just an ego thing, but I would love to play with myself in this game with me as a tank, a DPS, and a healer.
Oh yeah, that's not narcissistic at all. Also, I love the way you I love to play with myself. I would have just cut it right there. I'm going to use that as a soundbite. Everyone now knows what Johnny likes to
Oh,
do.
okay.
It's okay. You can take anything
You know
I
what?
said and do that. I say a lot of terrible things.
Yeah, you know what? Send it to me.
Sorry?
Send it to me.
The soundbite? All right.
I'll even make a soundboard out of it.
Yeah. All right. I got to remember to grab it now.
Yeah, I would like to honestly think about it. Okay, I get to play with all my favorite tunes. All right, all at the same
Yep.
time. Level them up all
You just
easily.
need multiples of yourself, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Actually, it's possible. So I've actually seen somebody on this game. I don't know how he did it, but basically this: he created an army and made like actual military characters in this game, and he had one of them named something commander, and the other one was like troop or something, and the other ones were troops or something like that. And basically, he had like um, some type of program rigged up to where all of them responded to the commander his movements and whatnot, and they all had the same artifacts, they all the same loadout, the same moves and everything, and they all moved in sync with the other character. It's such a cool program. I don't know how this guy did it, but oh, that'd be so awesome to have.
Yeah. I've seen. Can't people hack this game and do that as well? I've seen like when I've been.
That's what he did. He hacked it.
Yeah.
Or not hacked. Well, not hacked, but yeah. He modified the game and wrote a program that allowed him to play with multiple accounts all at once.
Yeah. Well, I have the multiple accounts,
That's
but I
just
don't know that
crazy.
I really want to hack a game or do something
that's
that's
just
not
so
supposed
cool.
to be done.
It's just so cool because he's able to queue into all the raids, any raid he wants. He's able to go into any open world and fight any boss he wants with ease, and he's able to level up multiple characters all at the same time.
What happened? How come we're out? Is it because someone got knocked out?
Now you got the 3 cards.
Oh, sweet.
So we'll have to go get the 3 more.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, I cannot go back. I'm so sad now. So you'll be on your own.
I'm not in there. I'm up here. We all got booted out.
Yeah, but we have to do it one more time, 2 more time. Okay.
It's here, the portal. Is that what you wanted?
There's no portal where I am.
Oh, okay. Next set of cards. Oh, he's checking.
Doesn't seem to be sure.
Anyone, tell me what I'm doing.
We need
in the chat, Nino.
one
Sorry.
top and top and right.
Top and right.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
Oh, he says Batman, Nightwing, and Superman.
I did Nightwing first because of top and right. Is that
It's all right.
okay, or is that going to screw it
that's-
up?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
She get me in there.
Everyone's an expert when they're not in here. Was that right?
Or they're an expert when they played the raid a million times.
Yeah, true. I can honestly say, not an expert. Don't think I've ever done this.
A million time goes back so fast. No, they should be okay. Like Nightwing will take out Batman and Superman. Then Superman will take down Wonder Woman, and then Batman will take
Yeah.
down Superman.
So this is not about the order. This is about the combination of cards, or does the order matter?
It's the order and
Order doesn't
combination.
matter.
Both. Okay.
Like what the cards you give doesn't matter which order as long as you give the good 3 cards. But then afterwards, you has to put the cards in the right combination.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, Nightwing took out 2 cards by himself, and Superman took out 1 card, and then Batman will take out the last card.
I didn't realize when I was doing this that I could do all 3 of the cards at once activated, so I probably delayed us a little longer than necessary. I'm really sorry about that. I thought
that's
after
okay.
one was activated, I needed to defeat the enemy before it went again. So now I know I can grab all 3 if I want. So excellent. That'll be a bit quicker.
So we'll have to
All
try.
right, down again I go.
Yes. So we're at out of 3, so we have to do that 2 more times.
Yep.
Don't die.
I haven't been. All I've been doing is the cards and coming back and going up and coming back. I'm a tank. It's impossible.
So Outlander says Superman,
Superman.
Nightwing, and Batman.
Nightwing, where is Batman? There he is. Okay, got him.
So they have to defeat the enemies first. Evil Dark Robins. I was so happy when we got the Dark Robins as henchmen.
Yeah, they look good.
Well, there's also when you had the mods
oh,
with
apparently
the.
now I've died.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, someone else is in here with me. Didn't even know.
When we first got the Metal Part 1, I think, the mods, when you had the mods past a certain point, sometimes it would spawn a Dark Robin. Loved it. I wish you would do that everywhere, but sadly it's only in the Metal Part 1 DLC.
I'm a-coming. As fast as I can, which is pretty quick, because I am super speed. Now I'm stuck out here. Someone else will have to go in your portal. Oh, the cards look cool when they're in color. In the chat, Nino said 120 characters and I barely manage my 4 characters. Yeah, try doing 120 characters and playing on 4 different consoles. Actually, technically it is 4 consoles because now I have a PS4 and PS5, but 2 different servers that was.
No, thank you.
No, yeah, I don't maintain them all, I'm going to be honest, but I do maintain 1 on each server, so to at least an okay degree. Not every single day play all the content on every single one, but yeah, I try to keep them okay.
I have 3 mains. I have 1 healer, I have 1 tank, and I have 1 DPS.
I have, like, I don't know what I have specifically out of all the 120, but of my mains, I definitely have 1 on every console that is a hero that is likely to either be tank or healer, and then vice versa on the other 4, which will be villains. So, yeah. I don't play controller very well. It's my least favorite on here to play. I think I get bored, actually, a little bit with it. Nino says, I'd love someone to do my base tour because the base is really just a... Hang on. Just a block of cement with 6 saves in there. Hang on. I'd love someone to do my base. Oh, wait. Do your base. Like someone design it and everything for you. I've actually done that for people before. I can't now. I definitely don't have time now. But, like, setting up someone's base with all their stuff, it's really fun. It's easier when it's your own because you can put things on surfaces that you want without another person present. But, I don't know. Base building is fun.
I think it's kind of useless though, them giving us access to move items around when you can't even place it down, because like the process takes so long. It's like it's not even worth it, you know.
It's silly. If they have an access, they shouldn't have access to move items. They should have it as access to access that person's furniture that they have, so that you can then pull out from their furniture pool into their base for them, and then they don't have to be present while you try to get their base sorted for them. I doubt that that's something in the works to change, but it would be nice.
It would be nice. Just to see the inventory and put things down, you know? Because then I would 100%, like, imagine this. Okay, imagine someone who's played this game for like 10 plus years, only has 1 character, but they don't want to decorate a base because they suck at it for whatever reason, and they want you to do it. Imagine how many items they'll have on a character that's that old. Like,
oh, I know! It would be so much fun! Oh, I hope that happens now. You've made me want it.
So, there is that.
Yeah.
Or,
that's a brilliant plan.
Say you're working on a base with a friend as well. Makes it way easier.
Yeah, I often work on bases with a friend, and then we have the problem of, where do you want this? What items do you have? Tell me the list. Which one was that again? Let's look that up, because I can't remember some of them, and oh, it's a pain in the butt. But eventually, the base looks amazing. But it's just a lot of busy work that's not really necessary if they just gave us access to someone else's inventory, as long as we're placing it in their own base. I mean, that would be very nice.
I agree. Devs, if you're listening, do something about it.
They might be. This is Multi's channel.
So if all goes well, we should have the cards we need to get through.
Yay! I'm sorry that you got knocked out, weakling. I was taking right there next to you and you still got knocked out. And then I got knocked out, so that's not good. Nino says, I watched my older brother playing DCUO when I was 6 years old, started playing myself around 10 years old, and now I'm about to turn 20. So just keep the graphic of my childhood, please. Haha. I love that. And congratulations
It's not the same, though.
on nearly turning 20.
It's not the same, though. Because if you were to look back
it's true.
at the
There's
PS3,
little changes that have
it's way
occurred.
different.
Yeah. And they reskin. But yeah. But I don't want them to do a big, huge graphics overhaul. I know some people are vying for it, but I like the way this looks, and I think it makes me think of comics. I don't want a big change to it at all. I
See,
think it's
I
nice.
like it. I like it, but here's the problem I have with it. All right. As time goes on, they have to keep upgrading the graphics as we see. All right, because the way they designed it. If they would have simply put an actual comic book texture on everything, like you have in Ultimate Spider-Man and Borderlands and whatnot, the game would look timeless. But the problem is they didn't do that, so now they have to update the graphics every few years, which is the
Yeah, well,
part.
I mean, I think was it Riddler? I think it was Riddler. I can't remember what I played, but I saw the Riddler. I think it was him, and he looks really, really poor compared to the rest of the characters in here now, because they are like doing a slow upgrade every time they reintroduce a character into a new episode or something like that. And I feel like that is one where they kind of need to do that. But otherwise, I like the general overall look of it, and I don't think it needs a big, huge overhaul. But I get what you're saying, though.
I just think that from the very beginning they should have made it look more comic booky, just so that way the graphics changing didn't need to happen.
And also
Because-
that would make it quite timeless as well.
Exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, look at Ultimate Spider-Man from the PS2, okay? You look
Yeah.
at that game. I mean, other than the lack of rendering, like there's a lot, very much things rendering. But let's just say hypothetically, they were running on a better engine where they could render a lot more items on your screen. Okay, the graphics of that game itself, you would never know it's from the PS2. You would never know because of the way it looks.
I love that game. My brother had it, I believe, when a while ago, and I had a go, and it was really fun. It's one of the things that made me really enjoy the comic booky type games. But yeah, I agree with you. If they make it look comic booky from the start.
I mean, you look at Borderlands. You look at Borderlands, okay, from the very first one. Right now. You would never, and you compare it to the new Borderlands right now, you wouldn't really know which one's newer and which one's not, other than like nitpicking the software that went into it, you know.
I haven't played the newest one yet, so I don't know the comparison. But
you would never know. Like if you had never played the game, you would never know which one came first because of the way it looks. They look the same.
That's good though, right? Because then they're both like on par with each other, kind of timeless. Or is it something that's really noticeably poor? Yeah. See, that's good. I don't mind that.
Which is why I think they should have done that with this game from the very beginning, is make it more comic booky, because then you can't make it look old.
Yeah. Yep, it's smart. Saves them extra work later down the track.
Well, if there's any other future developers for other games in the works that are, you know, comic book related, take notes, because look at all these games that they have out right now, you know, from the PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5 that have these comic book graphics to them. Honestly, you can't tell at all how old they are until you nitpick and you look for. You specifically look for all the little details.
Yep. Sorry, I was jumping behind the rock, guys, and as I'm jumping behind the rock, got hit, which is not good, you know. Yeah, I don't know that they realized how far this game was going to last when they did it, because with the, what was it they said, multi-spaghetti code that they have? I don't think they were expecting to have to do as much with it as they're currently doing with it. So, I don't know. If they had from the beginning thought it was going to last a very long time, maybe they would have put a little bit more effort into that sort of thing and kept the graphics looking like intentionally comic booky, and then it wouldn't have the same issue.
Nah, they probably had the spaghetti code for quite a while because they made a whole bunch of changes. If you look at some older videos of DCUO from before it launched, the game was quite different at the time. So
Yeah.
they made a lot of changes to the game, and sadly, it doesn't seem like they were able to optimize the code every time they did a lot of changes. So
Mm.
that's how they ended up with some spaghetti code. Uh,
Spaghetti code.
there's rumors that supposedly they are trying to optimize the codes a little bit right now, which is why
Yeah.
we got some of the new UI. But I I strongly doubt they're going to be able to fix everything. And seeing how this week people had experienced a lot of lag, yeah, there's still going to be issues.
Yeah. Ugh, they look so cool. Oh, Distance says, excited to see what the anniversary event style is. Actually, so am I. I'm looking forward to the anniversary event. There's a lot that I need from that. It's probably the event that I have played the least, which is not a good thing because it is absolutely one of my favorites. But yeah, I've got a lot of things I need to get from that vendor.
Well, we used to be able to get some new styles from the event, but for the past couple of years, sadly, we get some reused, some reskinned styles. So we'll see. We'll see what we
Yeah.
get. It
I
was
like
not,
the enhanced Speed Force style from there. It's really nice.
yeah, sadly, that seems to be pretty much when they jumped the shark because after that they gave us.
Yeah.
I think one year they gave us the Doctor Fate style, and the other year they gave us Lex Luthor style, something like that. So
There we go. Well,
it
we
was
can
nice.
only hope, but don't get your hopes too high.
Well, the thing is, we could look forward to it to get some new styles. Sadly, not so true anymore.
Yeah. Maybe that'll change. I mean, I don't think it'll change immediately because I think they're still, trying to work out what they're doing. But some new styles would be really nice. Maybe it's something they will look into. Hoping. Cross your fingers, guys.
So, is there a Dark Knight we should take out first, or does it matter? Anyone remembers?
Feet for doing one of these, one guy at a time?
So, which guy
Where
do
are
we do?
aiming?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I've never played
I
this
guess
one.
it means defeating, let's say, the Merciless, then let's say defeat the Batman Who Laughs, then
All right.
that's what I would guess. Well,
Okay.
I said Merciless. Anyone like we do one guy first, then the other guy next, then the other guy. I don't know if there's a specific order. It says the order doesn't matter, so one at a time. So who do we select first?
Well, I'm at Batman Who Laughs at the moment, but you certainly... Oh, I was. He jumped away.
We could go, okay, Batman Who
fine.
Laughs. You convinced me. Batman Who Laughs first.
Oh, that was convincing?
Well, yes. If I can
I
target
remember
it.
Batman Who Laughs, but whatever. Yeah, that... I don't have to say a lot for you to get convinced, Multi.
I'm not sure why I'm stuck on Barbados somehow.
Is there a reason it stops being able to target him?
Oh,
there we go. Now I can again.
apparently you have to tank Barbados away from us.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Let's do that. Come here, Barbatos.
Barbados.
Yeah, actually, it's nice to hear someone else say Barbados the same way I used to say it. I got told off. It's
Barbados?
Barbatos.
Barbados. It's Barbados.
No, Barbatos. Am I wrong again? I don't know. I get told different things. Come on, come with me. See, I don't have my, what's it called? The lasso. I don't have my lasso on this character yet. Don't have it built up. I can't pull as well as I would like to. So I'm really sorry, guys. Outlander says he calls him Barbie Toast.
That's
I'm
so.
pulling him, but everything seems to be coming with him. Come on.
Well, we
just-
can target the Batman Who Laughs right now, so let's take him down first.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull him, but everything else comes along with him. Even if I'm only targeting him.
Almost there. Oh yeah.
One down?
Yeah. So let's go for Merciless. Merciless is about halfway in his health point, so let's go for him.
Come on, Barbados? I don't know
Barbatos.
how to say it anymore!
Barbatos.
Bobby Toast.
Barbatos.
Barbatos. If I say it with an accent, then does that mean I can mispronounce it and blame it on the accent instead?
Sure. Barbatos.
Excellent, that's what I'll do from now on. Oh, I got Red Knight over here too. Hello. Oh, Red Death. Red Death.
We'll do him next.
Dark Knight. Why did I say that? Oh, I don't. I really don't mind who you do next. I will just focus on keeping Barbatos.
Barbatos is down. So let's go for Red Death.
Over here. Barbatos isn't down. I've got him.
Nah, I lost him.
I'm so confused. Stay here, sir. I don't think I should call him. He doesn't really look like a sir, but I don't want to call him an animal name because he's clearly sentient.
I met him. I met Merciless is down. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
I had Barbatos on my mind.
Oh, yeah. That's because we're trying to work out how to pronounce it. Or
Barbatos.
I am, and you're just correcting me continuously.
Barbatos.
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 Barbatos? I'm not going to get it, Multi. I'm just not.
Barbatos.
Just going to go with Barbie Toast and pretend that I'm saying that because it's funny and not because I can't pronounce it. Okay, good. You're just showing off now, you know. Is Johnny still here? Johnny, are you here?
Okay, we'll get the Dawnbreaker next, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Barbatos.
Barbie Toast. I used to call him Barbados.
Oh, I guess someone freed the drowned. It doesn't matter.
It wasn't me.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm in sludge. That's icky. Get out of that. That's not nice. Don't stand in that.
Barbatos.
There we go. Stop it! Now you're just teasing me. I don't know if we can be friends anymore, honestly. Oh. Up we go. Ah, there we go. I just read the chat. Outlander is saying that he can, he's saying to Nino, to hook him up in game, he can help out with the base. I'm pretty sure Nino has just said that he's on on EU server. So just in case you guys are trying to connect, pretty sure he was EU server. Is that right, Nino? If he's on the EU, Outlander won't be able to help you because he's on US server.
Barbatos.
Multi!
We seem to be done with the Batman.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just, continuously dealing with the guy whose name I could definitely say, but I'm choosing not to.
Barbatos.
Stop it!
Well, at first,
it's not gonna sink in, honestly. Barbatos.
When I first saw the promo for the Dark Knight's comic, I thought that Barbatos was like the Spectre mixed with the Batman. Kind of looks like that to me, but apparently that's not the case.
It does kind of. Yeah. Barbatos.
Barbatos.
I don't know.
Barbatos.
Right after you've said it, I think I can get it, but the second time passes, I'm back to Barbatos again.
Barbatos.
Barbatos. Oh, are we on just We're just on the last. Beautiful.
Yeah, it should be. I don't see anyone else. So yeah, we should be done. Oh.
No, I don't see anyone else either. And everyone's over here attacking. So beautiful. Oh, I literally just said that thing about Nino being on the EU server, and then I scroll and there it is. I'm so sorry, I didn't read that section yet, guys. My bad. Oh, where's the middle? This way? Come here, buddy.
Oh, almost there, I think.
me, I assumed weakling meant that I needed to pull him towards weakling. I thought I did, but then I think weakling's over here now. I'm confused. I'm so sorry if I'm doing the wrong thing. Guys, I don't mean to. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, let's try to clicky. Oh,
Sorry?
that's okay. I think we have to click everyone at the same time, but it seems to be challenging.
Click everyone at the same time,
There-
so they're
there's-
all at different...
There's 5 clicky thingy that we have to click.
Okay.
So let's see if we can try again.
Have I got him in the right spot? Is he supposed to be in a particular spot? Because it seems like that's what I was being told.
Nah, it should
Oh.
be. Pretty
Needs
sure it
to
should
be in the
there.
middle. Everyone needs to be on the focal points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I not in the middle?
No, you're
Maybe I'm
there.
not.
We're just not clicking at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Oh,
then.
I think we're almost there. Oh. Nah.
Fun mechs in this one.
Close.
Hey,
1,
don't
2,
you run away.
3.
You stay right where I'm holding you,
Clicky.
sir. Yay! Nice! That was fun. That's fun. I like that. Okay. Scroll says, I don't drink that stuff, there's too much sugar. I agree. There is way too much sugar. Don't drink energy drinks. Do what I say, not what I do. I do stupid things. Johnny was in the chat. He said, hey, Shadow and Multi, are you going to be on in 40 minutes? I wonder how long ago that was. Yay! That was fun. I had fun. That was great. Ah.
There's enough 10th metal left for us to reverse the damage they did. Barbatos will stay chained here, and the Forge of Worlds...
See, Batman said Barbados.
I don't have the sound on because if I have my game sound on, I can't hear you. So
That's okay. Anyway, just so you know, Batman
yeah.
said Barbados.
I think you're just saying that so that you can be right. That's what I think's happening here.
No, he just did say that.
Sure. Yep. I'll check the video later and we'll see. Oh, and I need to save that because I need to get that clip of what Johnny said. I hope I didn't go too long and forget to save it. Jerbear says you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Let's go! Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes, isn't it?
You saw the Christopher Nolan movies one time too many. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. So I guess we'll try doing that a bit more often to go through to use the Omnibus.
That was fun. Honestly, I enjoyed that so much.
So I guess whenever there's not a new event or a new DLC, well, we'll probably try to use the Omnibus a little bit more.
Cool.
Fun.
Do you want to go through chat or do you need to go?
No, let's finish the chat and we'll go afterwards.
Alright. Fred said there are a ton of PvP feats
We
that
hear
I need.
ourselves.
Oh, it's
Johnny, is that you?
It's probably Johnny.
Is it better now?
I don't know. Yes.
Yep, I don't hear you. I don't hear me. There it is. Okay. Fred says there's a ton of PvP feats that I need. Can relate. I have so many that I need. In fact, on this console, I think I need all of them because I don't think I've done any PvP on here yet.
Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good one, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny. Thanks for being here. Your Terminator's awesome. He's probably gone already. How are your PvP feats? I'm assuming that you were able to get a good chunk of that done early on when you were playing when PvP was kind of more of a thing.
I have some of them, but I'm pretty sure I don't have. Let's see, player versus player. Oh, I could have sworn there was. There's 162. I have 115.
That's not bad.
But now we could probably try to do some PvP event to try to get more feats if that's what people want. One
Oh,
thing
that's a great idea, actually.
one thing we could try to do, I don't know if you guys would be willing to do that. We could create, let's say, two groups of 8 players and play 8 versus 8 in PvP once in a while. I don't know if we
Oh, I
would.
would love to. I haven't done any PvP. That would be so fun.
I don't know if we would do that like a weekly, once a week, once a month. We'll have to give it some thoughts.
Yeah. If you're doing that, I would love to, because that would be so fun.
But because for 8 versus 8, you pretty much have no choice at this point. You pretty much have to put groups together if you want to be able to
Yeah.
do that. For the other PvP stuff, let me check. Let's go to custom play.
I hear my brother coming home. If you guys hear doors, it's my brother.
So yeah, I guess we could try to put groups
Or
together,
someone.
8 versus 8, or 5 versus 5. Oh, there's 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, and 8 versus 8. So I guess we could try to put groups together for those eventually.
Yeah. That sounds like a good time to me. I don't have any of that. I haven't experienced some of it at all, ever, so fun.
Obviously, there's
If
one.
I'm included. I just assumed I was included. You don't have to include me, just so you know. I'm perfectly fine if you don't want to. I know that
Well,
I'm a lot.
we wouldn't need you to form the other group. Like I would put, let's say, 8 players together. You put 8 players
Oh,
together,
okay.
and then we go 8
All
versus
right.
8. So it would have to do something
Sounds like
that.
fun.
So
Yeah, no one's going to want to be on my team if we do that. But it sounds great. I love it.
obviously for
Um,
1 versus 1, I guess we could do that also sometimes. Like once in a while, we tell people
Yeah,
to
watch
curve.
multi kick people's ass over and over again.
Maybe, but we could get maybe everyone could log in, curve for 1 versus 1, and we would see how the matchmaking would match us. Probably the same with 2 versus 2. Come to think of it. Anyway, we'll give it some thoughts. But yeah, if you guys are willing, we might play some PvP in the future.
I love that idea. Ah, lovely.
Oh,
Pup says Oh, sorry.
Outlander says Team Multi versus Team Omni. So there we go.
That's it. Pup says, I remember when Multi streamed on Twitch during the Flashpoint event. Or YouTube, forgot which one it was. How long ago was that?
No, it probably was YouTube. It's been a while since I Twitch. I made a live stream on Twitch, so it probably was YouTube at the time.
Fair
Although
enough.
at some point I did try to do both, so could be I was still streaming on Twitch at the time.
I didn't even know you existed back then. I think it's interesting how long you've been on YouTube and the fact that I watch this kind of content, and yet I only just became aware of you, a year ago now,
Well,
when I
it's
made
just
that video.
it just shows how much YouTube is not sharing the content.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And like, Obsidian Chill's videos were pushed to me and I subscribed. I never saw yours. I don't understand that at all.
I guess YouTube is racist. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, aren't you both Canadian? Or is Obsidian Chill American or something? I don't
No,
know.
he's Canadian.
Yeah, so what racist?
I don't know.
Anyway. So that means if my content isn't pushed, I'm going to blame it on racism against Australians.
Absolutely.
Or sexism. There we go.
See, you have an extra
It's
card.
got nothing to do with my content not being great or not people's taste. It's, racism and sexism's fault. It's.
See, you have an extra card you can play.
I do. Also, I've also already revealed my face, so that's another card. You can see me. Zachary said, when is coming back the old loadout like the times in 2015, 2016? Right now we have prick or damage power. I don't understand exactly the question. I wouldn't know what loadouts he's referring to because I wasn't playing 2016, 2015.
It might be referring to what we used to call the awesome mechanic. Uh,
Yeah.
at the time, they had come up with, I think the actual name was Advanced Mechanic, but I think in one of the presentation, it was written awesome besides mechanic, so people started calling it the awesome mechanic. So
Yeah.
I would guess that's probably what he's referring to, but I don't think they would go back to that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go back to anything in the old way at the moment, at least. But I also I didn't experience that mechanic specifically or any of that, so I wouldn't know.
No,
I'm really sorry. People are going through doors behind me, so I'm sorry about the noise if you guys can hear that.
no, in a roundabout ways, they do go back to some older stuff. They seem to be repeating some things that were done way back when. Maybe in the hope that it'll be different when they do it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing stuff with that we hadn't seen in a long time. Like for example,
Yeah.
doing episodic, not episode, doing episodes, doing chapters that are episodic. We did that before, and they stopped doing it because there were some issues with that. But I guess they decided to give it a try again.
Fair enough. Um, Cough 913 said, "Can you hang out somewhere with a larger population?" I don't know. I think you've kind of made this like your spot, haven't you?
Well, yeah, when we got House of Legends way back when, this became the official multiverse spot. And also, if we go somewhere where there's too big a population, and most of the characters will not render, or only half the character will render, and they won't have a belt or a cape or a mask, or so this year seems to be a good spot to be able to see everyone and for people to meet every week. Like we pretty much meet here every week. So even if somehow I don't make an announcement during the week, just come here on Friday at 5, and odds are we're going to be here.
Yeah. And the only time I've seen you really hang out anywhere other than here is if there's like the Extra Life event, for example, where you go to the location that they say there's going to be a spawn point for a boss, which didn't happen last time. But yeah, it's the only time I've really ever seen you hang out anywhere besides here. It's his home. His best friend's here, Superman.
Of course. So ideally we're going to hang here, but yeah, or sometimes we'll hang in the open world playing the bounties, so that could be an exception sometimes. But most of the time,
Yep.
this is where we are. So if you're not sure where we are, just come here, and usually you'll find us here. Obviously, if we're playing a mission, then we're not going to be here.
Yep. Steve said, "Hello, Shattered Shadow." So, hello, Steve. And Distant said, "It's Craven time."
Oh yeah, because of Craven the Hunter.
This just shows how far back in the chat I am compared to how much we've said. Scrolls said, should be that all the powers have all the roles and you decide which role you want. It would be cool to be an electric tank. I actually really do like that idea, but I don't think it's anything they're going to do at all.
That was suggested many times and a long time ago, and it didn't happen just yet. Is it possible that the new devs could do it? I suppose that they could do it. Are they going to do it? I kind of doubt it. Especially right now. Right now, they're just struggling just to come up with their regular content. Seems to be a huge challenge for them. So I wouldn't expect them to tweak the powers at this point. Maybe in 2 years, 5 years, who knows how many years, but not right now.
Yeah, I hope it happens, but I mean, they're going to have to add loadouts, and it'll change the way that everyone functions. That's a lot to put in to make that work, so I'm with you on that one. I don't think it's anytime soon if they do that. Cough 913 says, "How do you get to run a raid with Multiverse? Is there a sign-up list?" No, you just turn up. You turn up, and it's first in, best dressed, basically. If you get into this section, he'll invite you, typically, or if you request an invite, he can invite you. Do keep in mind, if your character level is really low and he's running some high-level content, though, you will not be getting in. He will need to boot you because we won't be able to run the content.
Yeah, there might be some mission that requires a specific CR. So that would be the only only restrictions. But other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
either you send me a tell in game or you come over here and we'll invite you to the group.
Yep. Which is fun because now you know what you said about how you turn up here and you kind of stay here. If people can't get into this phase to turn up, that's going to be really sad because then they miss out. But I must admit, when we first turn up here, there wasn't that many people in this phase. It's once you're here that it starts getting full with people. And by then we have a group already.
Well, the easiest thing is send me a tell, and once I see your name, I can just invite your name directly, as opposed
Yep.
to because the thing is, if I see people here, I assume that people want to play with us. So sometimes I'll send an invitation to someone, and they'll reject it, or they don't really want to be in the group. They just want to hang out. So it's much easier
Yep.
if you just send me a tell. But if you just hang out, if you're just around here and we need people, yeah, I'll try to invite you and see if you join or not.
Steve says, my gripe is just with the new mods. Why can't you get them from your base vendor? Instead, if you get them in a new piece of gear, they're useless and you have to buy them again. I think that's on purpose. I think they want people paying for these so they get more money out of this game.
Yeah,
And
they,
it's pay to win now with that.
Sadly, something that's become clear is that if they have the choice between something that you buy once or something that's a recurrent purchase, they'll go for the recurrent purchase. That's why at some point we got the replay badges, so that people would buy and buy and buy constantly replay badges. Or when we had things like the radar enhancers, the various bots, the repair bots. So they were hoping that there's a reason why they could have come up with one repair bot that you purchase and that you have with you forever. That's not really what they wanted. Like they did that with the crafting station. They gave us a crafting station that we could purchase for $10. Or you could purchase a whole bunch of crafting station for I don't even know how much because I never bought those. But there are crafting station also that you can get you could get as consumables. So ideally for them, it was better for you to get the consumables so that you buy it over and over and over again. It pretty much creates an infinite source of cash, assuming that people actually buy the item, of course. So I would guess that for the mods, it's the same thing. Their goal is that you will have to keep on spending and spending money to purchase some new mods whenever you replace your gear. We were talking about repeating mistakes from the past just a few minutes ago. That will be one of those. Like way back when, I don't know if you guys remember, we used to have the Exobyte mods. At the time, we had to craft the Exobyte mods, and then we had to put the mods in our gear. And I can tell you that there's a lot of people who would play without any mods in their gear because there were, especially when you get a new DLC, there are some DLCs where sometimes you would change your gear 2, 3, 4 times before you would actually get the end game gear. So that would mean that if you replace your mods, then you would have to replace your mods 2, 3, 4 times until you got the end game gear, and then you would keep your mods at least for a while. And people hated that, which is why now we have the mods in the generator because people did not like having to put mods in their gear. For the white
Yeah.
mods, they it didn't matter because we can get mods in our dispenser. But now that we have to actually purchase those mods, I'm curious to see how many people will actually purchase those mods. Will people keep on using the white mods, or would keep people say screw that and not use any mods at all? We'll have to wait for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are people who say screw that, I'm not putting any mods. And sadly, it became an issue at some point that at some point pretty much no one or a lot of people did not have the mods in their gear. So if they repeat, and they're basically repeating the same mistake that they did way back when. Uh, will they see the error, the folly in their ways, and change that in at a later date, or will they keep it no matter whether they actually purchase it or not? We'll see. Also, they tried to monetize the white mods before. Again, it didn't work. Uh, People would try to sell those mods on the broker, and you can there's a couple of specific mods that you could sell on the broker for a few bucks, but those were the more popular or the more useful mods. But most of the mods were worthless. So at some point, they decided to get rid of the whole thing. And I remember I had a character that had like his bank was full of white mods that pretty much became obsolete because they got rid of they changed the modding system so that now we could get all the mods from the mainframe, the dispenser. So will they decide to change that after a while if it doesn't work? We'll see. But again, it depends also. Will people actually purchase those mods? That's another thing.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna purchase it. I might do it for a video or something if I need it, but otherwise I'm not interested at all. I'm actually annoyed by them. I would like to choose not to purchase them because of how much I'm annoyed by them. So I don't know how many people will be like that. I doubt it's everybody.
Well,
I think I caught up to the. Sorry, you go.
you caught up to the chat.
I caught up to where you were up to. Did you know HBO on YouTube have Creature Commandos episode 1 free? I think that's where you were up to before when you asked if I saw that message.
Yeah, but I only read that one message. I don't know what comes after.
Yeah. Creature Commandos episode 1 and 2 were pretty mid, but episode 3 was good. That's from Pups. And then Distance said, if you have Adult Swim on TV multi in Canada, Creature Commandos airs a day later.
No, I don't have Adult Swim. I have something that's called Crave, which has HBO, HBO Max, and one or two other thing. But sadly, they don't have all the stuff from HBO for some reason. Creature Commando would be an example of that, or the various animated series. For the animated series like Young Justice, I actually get that from another service called the Stack TV. So sadly, the what you guys have in the States with HBO and HBO Max, here it seems to be split amongst multiple different services. So there's Crave, there's a Stack TV, and there's probably something else that seems to offer some of the stuff that you guys have. So sadly, I don't have the mean to watch Creature Commando right now, which is not why I'm not really talking about it, because I can't really see it right now.
That's fair enough. There's so many things I can't see right now, or just don't have time. Dangerously Active says, shout out to Secret Level? What is that? Is that
It's
a passive, or is that an actual level in the game?
No, it's actually it's a show on. I'm not sure if it's on Amazon.
Oh,
Let me check.
didn't expect it to be a show.
Yeah, it's basically an anthology. It seems to be by the guy who directed the first Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched an episode earlier this week. There it is. There seems to be 8. Let's see how many episodes do we have. Ah, come on. Evil menu. There we go. So there seems to be 8 episodes for season 1. I don't know if it's 8 episodes so far, and they release. Do they release an episode a week, an episode a month? Have these episodes been there for 6 months and I just noticed recently? I have no idea. But basically, there's like episode 1 was about, I think it was Dungeons and Dragons. There's an episode about, what's it called again? About Warhammer. There's an episode about basically they're taking popular video games and they're making an episode with those.
Sounds fun.
Well, the first episode wasn't bad, but I only watched the one episode. Like the second episode was, come on. Sorry, the menu. I'm having a trouble with the menu here. There we go. Like the second episode is Sifu, It Takes a Life. I have no idea what that is. The third episode was a New World, so it seems to be something inspired from the New World. Is the New World an MMO or RPG? Anyway, there's an episode about Unreal Tournament, so did not watch that yet. So there's one for Warhammer. There's a Pac-Man episode. I'm curious to see what that's going to be about.
Oh, now I want to watch.
And the other one,
I have time for watching things.
episode 7 is like Crossfire, Good Conflict. Crossfire, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a game. I'm not familiar with that. And the last one will be Armored Core Asset Management. So these are the first 8 episodes they seem to have right now. So I only watched the first episode, the Dungeons and Dragons episode, and you could tell it really was a Dungeons and Dragons. You recognize the lore, you recognize the spells, you recognize the dragons. There's the evil Tiamat, the multi-headed dragon in that episode. So there's if you're a D&D fan, at least the first episode will be for you. But for some reason, there seems to be an anthology series about a whole bunch of different video games. So what they
Damn it, but
do,
I don't want to watch it because if I want to watch it and I can't watch it, that's gonna suck so much, and then I'll be sad.
well, it's the episodes are 15 minutes, so
Oh, that's not too bad.
it's pretty quick. So it's 2 hours if you watch the whole thing. So
That's
far,
actually a little bit more easy. Maybe I will watch this. Especially
so
with the first one being D&D.
yeah. Well, also you don't have to watch them all. If all you care about is D&D, then watch
True.
the D&D episode. If all you care about is
Yeah.
Warhammer, Warhammer is episode 5. So
Cool. We've got Dallas Chase and Robert Carter both saying hello. I assume
Hello.
that's to you.
hello, maybe it's to you.
Dangerously What did you say?
Maybe it's to you.
Maybe it's to me. Oh, I don't think so. This is your channel. Dangerously Active says they can't. Hang on. They can't finally bring introduced the Mad Hatter since he was brought up from the start. Maybe I misread that. They can't finally bring introduced the Mad Hatter since he was brought up from the start. I'm sorry. I'm not sure exactly what the sentence means.
No, they
Do you
could.
know
They
what it
could.
means?
Not really, but they could introduce the Mad Hatter. I understand that because there's a model for Mad Hatter that's been there for a long time that they didn't use, but no, they could still use it. I guess they would have to upgrade the textures at this point, and even they give us the Mad Hatter hat, so who knows? They probably could do it. Will they do it? We don't know.
We don't know. Oh, Turbocharge has a question for everyone in the call. So I think that was you, me, and probably Johnny at the time who is gone. But if you could be in any Lantern Corp, what would it be and why? Meaning, hang on, does he mean like me personally, or does he mean could I play one?
I'm sure it's you.
Sorry?
I'm sure it's you.
Oh, me. Who would you? I got to remember what they all are. Probably blue.
What about the Black
If it's
Lanterns?
actually me? Oh, if it's what I'm playing, yes, it's black. That's my first choice. But if he means me personally, I don't want to be death. I know that's horrible.
Come on, what's a little rotten flesh and worms? Doesn't matter.
Oh, well then you do that. Is that your choice?
Yes.
There you go. You heard it here first. We've got... Oh, Dangerously Active also answered. Oh, maybe he meant in the chat as well. Because Dangerously Active said black, so he can control his own death. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe I'm backtracking a little here.
You don't control anything as a Black Lantern. You're pretty much controlled a mindless spawn of the evil Necron. Although Batman was able to
Actually,
control
yeah.
himself, so I don't know. Maybe there's a rule I'm not aware of. Or maybe it's just because he's Batman.
What's the... that's the one. I just had to look it up. Indigo is compassion. I think I would... Me personally, as a person out in the real world, I think that Indigo would probably be it. I was going to say violet, but I was pretty sure that wasn't compassion. Yeah, it's love. So yeah, that would be my actual choice, I think. Because I care about people. And I really don't think that Multi would choose death. Is it true a new episode in January 2025 from Robert Carter? It is true. If you watch Multi's producer's letter video, he reads out all the information they've given us, and they said the part 1 of a 4-part mystery series will release in January 2025.
Yeah,
Unless he's talking about an episode of something else.
No, that's probably what he's talking about. If we trust the producer letter, late January we should get the next episode. Also, it's going to be the first part of a 4-part series. So at this point, we're gonna have to wait to get more information. Hopefully, they'll give us more information early January, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm in like a state of expectancy and hope, but also nervousness and not wanting to get my hopes up. So it's like I just want to know what it is because I feel like it's going to be different from what we're used to, and I'm curious.
Well, right
Not
now,
a nice
so
state to be in, though.
Well, right now, so we're hoping to get the anniversary event on the test server soon.
Yeah.
Normally, we get the anniversary event. Normally we get something on the test server roughly 2 weeks before it goes on the live server. The January event should start somewhere around January 7th, maybe a bit before, maybe a bit after. So at the latest, and we have Christmas also coming up. So I would guess December. What date are we? Oh, we're the 13th. I was going to say December 15th, but probably not then.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, hopefully we'll get the anniversary event soon, maybe in one or 2 weeks, a bit before Christmas on the test server, but we don't really know just yet. It could be that they might decide to not put it on the test server and just put it on the live server. They did that, I think, with a few items recently, so we don't really know. But if all goes well, late January, we'll get the next DLC. We'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't think they'd be delaying the anniversary event in order to get the new DLC content out. They seem to be very intent on always having some kind of an event running. So, yeah,
Well,
I don't think I think that'll happen just fine.
Well, the DCUO anniversary is January 11th, so it can't be really much later than that.
Yep. Distance said, I kind of wonder, since they said it would be their darkest story, what if it's the Tales of the Dark Multiverse? The last image kind of reminded me of the final room where the silenced Batman is.
Well,
That's a good point, actually.
technically, we kind of got that tale already with Middle Part 1, 2, what were the other DLC? Like with Middle Part 1, we started the next 5 DLCs were pretty much the story of the Dark Multiverse. Like the mission we just played, you saw we got the evil Hawk God with the various Dark Middle Batman. So they did not reproduce the storyline exactly, but in a nutshell, we pretty much got the story. We got 5 DLCs also for the stories. So that's pretty much also why we kind of know that if we get episodic storylines throughout various episodes, by the time we reach the 5th episode of the middle DLC of the middle storyline, people didn't want it. We're already tired of that. Already by the 4th episode, people were getting tired of it a little bit. By episode 5, people didn't want to play the content anymore. But technically,
I can see now.
oh, it's good. Technically, we already did get the story of the Dark Multiverse. But it was very, very different than the comics. So yeah, I guess they could go back to do that again.
I just saw in the group chat in game, it says I kind of want them to give us one colored channel slimline set with a big emblem. I don't think you're the only one who wants that. A lot of people want large emblems on the chest.
We've been asking for that for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to do it. You would have thought that when we got they gave us a whole bunch of new slimlines when we got the new character creation system. So they gave us some new slimlines then, and even then, they could not be bothered to give us one slimline with a bigger emblem. So it's clear at this point that they're not going to do it. No matter how many times we ask, no matter how much we ask, they don't want to do it. The closest we have to a slimline that's only one color would be the Astro Slimline. And even then, there's a weird collar around the neck. Let me show you. And the emblem is not...
Get dressed right in front of us.
The emblem, of course. The emblem is not bigger, sadly. So if you want a slimline of one color, this is as close as it gets. And even then, the neck, not really the same color. And for the emblem is the small version of the emblem. Let's go.
But I have a lot of uses for just. I'm not too fussed about the emblem personally myself because I don't tend to use them very much. But having a slimline that's just one color would be really nice. I must admit. But so many people want the large emblem.
We've been asking for that for a long time, and they don't want to do it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's hard to understand why. Like, we don't really know why they don't want to do it.
No, I've got no clue. It seems simple to me, but I mean, I'm not a game developer. So obviously, some things are going to seem simple that probably aren't.
It would seem like a simple thing to do, but at this point, I
Yeah.
kind of doubt it's because they cannot do it. They just don't want to do it.
Yep. Cough 913 said, "I'm fine with just multiverse talking. It's his channel." I'm guessing that's when I cut out. Is that proof that I mean, I don't know how far back in this chat I am, but it must be pretty darn far back if that's then. And also, I am also fine with just multiverse talking. It would save me the work. Distance said, "I'm also surprised an episode is coming out at the end of January. They haven't had the release window since the anniversary event came out." Haven't had the release window? I don't understand the question.
I would say whenever we got an episode that was released then, like since we got the anniversary event, we never got a DLC in January.
Oh, yeah. Now, in the chat, we've got Chris, who is clearly watching us try and do the cards, telling us all the correct cards, and then ending in a sigh. I'm so sorry, Chris. Oh. Poor guy. Or girl. We don't know. And everyone laying in a little, saying something as well.
That's okay. We finally got it, so we're good.
Yeah, we finally got it. You should see how long the chat there is, though, trying to help us. I'm so sorry, guys. I make sure that my chat does not scroll, or at least I try to, because I've missed people's comments before, and we always try to address them at the end of the video and make sure we don't miss anything if people have questions, etc. So I was not at that section of the chat until just now.
Well, next week it should be okay. I should get basically I ordered a new TV. I use a TV for my computer screen. And sadly, my TV died some time ago, so I had to order a new one. I did that a couple of weeks ago, but didn't realize that probably because of Friday, of Black Friday, they probably got a lot of orders, and that probably delayed the shipping. And also over here, we have the Canada Post is on strike, so that probably doesn't help. So technically, I should be getting my new TV today. And it didn't come in today. Well, it still says that it's going to come in today, and sadly, it hasn't even been. It's been shipped, but it's not out to delivery just yet. So I strongly doubt that I'm going to get it today. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, maybe next week. Hopefully by next Friday, I should have my new TV, so I'll be able to get a big version of the chat that I'll be able to read, because right now I have the chat on my I have the screen on my Cintiq, and the chat is pretty darn small on that screen. So either I play the game or either I read the chat, but right now I cannot do both because of that. Next week, once I do have the bigger screen and the bigger chat, then I'll be able to do a bit of both.
It'll look so nice for you because you'll be able to see the screen.
Of course.
It'll look exactly the same for me. We've got someone here called The Fan of Multiverse. Great name. Multi, do you remember when you gave 51X a shout out? That was me. How have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah, he's been great. Yeah.
Glad to see you're still around.
I love that their name is The Fan of Multiverse. That's so good. Did you give them a shout out for playing DC?
Yeah, it was in DC that he's talking about.
Sweet. Jose says, "Will you think PvP be getting back up as Marvel Rivals is getting in popularity? I haven't downloaded Marvels as a 53-year-old player. DC Universe controls are easier for me to play."
No, I don't think they're going to upgrade the PvP. I could be wrong, but I can doubt it. They haven't touched PvP. The last time they did add anything for PvP was way back when we got the first Suicide Squad movie. I don't know if you guys recall. There was a weekend where we had a sort of a PvP event. I think it was a double currency for PvP or something like that. And also they gave us the Deadshot gear. And that was pretty much the last piece of PvP gear they gave us. And that was it. Afterwards, no more addition to PvP. So I strongly doubt that they'll give us anything related to PvP. I don't think they will remove PvP, but it's clear that we're not going to get any new PvP content. As for Marvel Rivals, Yeah, I would strongly suggest if you want to play PvP, maybe you could play Marvel Rivals for PvP. Sadly, Marvel Rivals doesn't have any PvE component, so you could play Marvel Rivals for PvP, DCUO for PvE, and get to your fix like that. The choice is yours. But also in Marvel Rivals, sadly, you cannot customize your character the way you can in DC Universe Online. Marvel Rivals pretty much works like Marvel Avengers, where you purchase skins and basically you get the whole skin for the character. So yeah, for your Captain America character, you have like right now most characters have 3 skins. So you have sort of a skin that's kind of like the classic look of the character. There's one skin that is Planet Hulk, where you have Captain America that's some sort of gladiator, and then they have a sort of cosmic Captain America skin that I have no idea where that's from. So, and that doesn't really look like Captain America, but apparently it comes from some obscure comic. So that's how you can customize. That's the only way you can customize the look of your character. And also, if you play a match and somebody is already using, let's say, Captain America, well, you cannot use Captain America. You have to use a different character. So there seems to be a limit right now of one character, one of a specific character per matches. So if you want to play a specific character, good luck. So
I'm
yeah,
kind of looking forward to if you do actually do PvP on here as part of a video or a live or something, that some people will actually get to play it. Potentially people who have never done so before. But yeah, I agree. I don't think that this is going to really become PvP heavy again.
well, if you guys want to play PvP, we could arrange something. Once in a while, we could put together, as I mentioned, we could put together groups. Depending on how many people we have, maybe we could go 8 versus 8, 5 versus 5, 4 versus 4. It depends on whether you guys are willing to play some PvP and how many people are willing to do so.
And
But
how many people are willing to be on the team that isn't your team?
yeah, and how
That's
many
gonna be horrible. Sorry, everybody in advance.
and how many people don't throw a fit if they we're going to play for fun. We're not going to try to be too much competitive. So if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. But yeah, we could try to do something.
I love that plan. The fan of Multiverse is asking, do you watch anime?
Not these days. The closest to an anime I watched lately was Arcane. There may be something else I forget, but yeah, pretty much Arcane is the closest thing I would call an anime amongst what I watched in quite a while. I used to watch. I'm an old guy, so the anime I watched are Akira from way back when. Like I saw Akira in the theater when it was first released. Then afterwards we got anime like Ninja Scrolls, Ghost in the Shell. I saw the original Ghost in the Shell way back when. Most of you guys are probably more familiar with the Scarlett Johansson version. There was a record.
That was so butchered. They stole everything shot for shot from the anime version, but then took out all the substance. I was pissed off about that one.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I didn't like it at all.
So one I really enjoyed was Record of Lodoss War. I really liked that one. It was basically an anime of D&D, and it was a good series. Of course, there's much older anime that I used to watch, like Captain Harlock, I think you call him in English. There was a Grandizer Z, like the era pretty much of big giant robots from way back when with Godzilla and Grandizer Z and Mazinger, and so these are the kind of anime that I used to watch way back when. And we also had like a series like Astro Boy. Astro Boy wasn't bad, but I was a bit too old for that series. I was more into series like Captain Harlock or Grandizer Z or Captain Future. That would be another one. Ulysses 31. So these are pretty much the kind of series I kind of enjoyed way back when. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Ulysses was an anime.
I think the most recent anime I've watched is Vampire Hunter D. Oh, no, I watched Death Note after I read the manga because I liked the manga.
Nah, I didn't
Death
watch
Note was
any.
good.
I didn't watch any of those. There's a few on,
Yeah.
there's a few on Amazon Prime. I guess I could give them a try.
Mm. The fan of Multiverse is also asking, do you play PS4 or PS5?
PS5.
He's the modern man.
I play
Modern
PS5,
tech.
PS5 and PC.
Turbocharge is asking, is Outlander Robot Chicken? Yeah, he has an armory build that looks exactly like Robot Chicken. You can see him in the background now as well.
Yep.
He looks so good, right? Amazing. He did
Sometimes,
such a good job.
sometimes people have good ideas.
Yeah.
Like, despite, like, I know some people think that the the character customization is a bit limited with DC Universe Online, but there are people who create some pretty good costumes, some pretty good look for the characters using the character creation we have.
Yeah. They do a really good job, and that is definitely one of them.
So
He actually answered in the chat and said he calls it his cock rock build.
that's fine.
And then the terror that begorks in the night.
Like I often
Sorry.
say that. I often say that, like, usually people do the best they can within the styles we have in DC Universe Online, and that's a great example of that.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It makes me feel like anything I've made is not as good. That's so creative. Fan of Multiverse, are they live on Twitch as well? We are not. We are only live on YouTube at the moment. Unless
Yes.
there's something you haven't told me, Multi.
No, I know that some people manage to be live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I guess I would have to be live on PC in order to be able to do that, because if we can do that on PS5, I don't know how.
Yeah. I wouldn't have a clue. I've never been live on my own console before. Superman, DCUO said, sorry I'm late. I just got home from work. How are you guys doing today, Multiverse and Shadow? We are awesome!
Yeah, it's one of the
least I'm awesome.
challenges. It's one of the challenges of being live at 5. It might be a bit early for some of you guys. I toyed with the idea of going live a bit later. Maybe we'll try to figure something out. I'll probably keep on going live at 5 on Friday, but I'm thinking of maybe going live a bit earlier, maybe on Thursday or Tuesday. I'm not sure just yet.
Here we go. I reckon Tuesday would be more luck to get people in than on Thursday, but I could be mistaken. Just because it's reset.
Yeah, Tuesday being reset day, it wouldn't make sense to go live on Tuesday. So I've been toying with the idea of going live twice a week as opposed to just on Friday. And the other live would be maybe at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
So in order to be able to give everyone a chance to be able to come when we're live.
Excellent. I mean, we do go quite long, so even if people don't get the start of it, they tend to get here later on. But I mean, if they want to get into your group, we're usually full by then.
Yeah.
Turbocharge is asking, what DC character would you like to see be an open world boss in DCUO someday? Trigon? Trigon's not an open world boss, right? Trigon.
Yeah, Trigon would be good.
Please.
A good choice.
Yep. Is that your choice too?
Yes, I'll go with Trigon.
Oh, beautiful! Look at that. He's agreeing with me. That means I'm right about something, right? Actually, no. That's a bad precedent to set.
No.
Because that means you're right about things and I'm wrong if you're right. No.
Well, also we could both be wrong.
That's true. That could totally happen. It's very rare for me to be wrong, though. I'm going to be honest. Superman DCO actually answered with Lex Luthor, Darkseid, or Doomsday.
Sure, good options.
Isn't Doomsday already an open world boss?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Anyway,
Twice.
I do like the idea of Darkseid. Yeah, I thought he was. Scrolls says, I love PvP. You've got to stop bragging about it, guys. Because some of us haven't experienced it. No, just kidding. I would love to try it. It sounds like fun. I reached the bottom of the chat. Here we go. John says, I would do it just to get the feats. Same. I would love to just get the feats. It'll be a good run just to be able to get those extra feats for me. I love that idea. You're having brilliant ideas, Multi. Actually, I think it was someone else's idea in the chat, and you were like, that's a good idea. The fan of Multiverse, Multi, I will be on soon, but can you add IMBRO? It's a lowercase l. LMBRO. So it has a character he wants you to add. Outlander. Oh, fun fact, if you put on the shock jock chest style, you don't have a neck?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Let me show you. Sometimes when you equip the
That's
shock
weird.
jock, your neck disappears. It's a weird glitch that happens
Does
sometimes.
it happen on female tunes? I'm guessing not. Otherwise, I would have noticed it.
I don't know.
Mm.
I
'Cause
didn't
I've
do.
used shock jock on a couple of characters, particularly on a gadgets one. Never had that happen to me.
So let's see.
You gonna try? My screen to see you on here is so tiny. I don't know why I'm even looking. You're on my screen in game. It's way bigger.
No, I didn't do that. Basically, it would happen that sometimes when you had the shock jock equipped and then you would switch to another style, your neck would be gone.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But it didn't do
It's
that.
like the
this time.
Raven Wings glitch.
Yeah,
They
pretty
just don't
much.
disappear.
Yeah, it's not like the
Yeah.
Raven's glitch. So
Yeah.
either they fixed it or I just can't reproduce it right now, but it used to happen way back when.
The fan of Multiverse says, Multi, when are you doing a face reveal? You just
Soon.
answered that one earlier. Yeah, soon. If he reaches his 10-year anniversary, is that right?
Yes.
There you go! And then we'll all get to see his adorable little face! I'm assuming, because it has to go along with his personality, and you can't deny that he's adorable. Turbocharge said, I'd like to see Giganta in open world. She is in open world, isn't she? She is
Yes.
in
In Washington, D.C.
Yeah, yep. So she's in open world already. Yeah, Doomed Washington. There you go. Superman answered it too. And he also said, I would like to see Volcana as a boss somewhere open world. She's from an animated Superman series. I have not heard of her. Do you know?
Yeah, but she's from the animated series. They don't have the rights to those. They have the rights to
Oh,
the
so
characters
not
in the
gonna happen.
comics. So unless she appeared in some DC comics, it can't really happen.
Yeah. Oh, and we're at the bottom of the chat again. Fan of Multiverse has to go. Bye, fan of Multiverse. You have an awesome name.
Good. So I guess we're done for tonight, guys. Oh,
Yeah. Unless there's any other questions that come up, Superman just said that he didn't realize that. So, fair enough. Neither did I. I've never even heard of Volcana. So,
yeah, she comes from the Superman animated series. Then we saw her a bit in the
Yeah.
Justice League cartoon. So
Yeah.
so she was created specifically for the animated series, as far as I can tell. And I don't remember seeing her in the comics. Like with Batman Beyond, they were able to get around the fact that he came from the animated series because at some point they added a version of Batman Beyond in the comic in the future. Not Future State. Is it Future State?
you are asking the wrong person.
Anyway, there was a miniseries where you had Batman Beyond from 15 years in the future that would come back to the present. So that pretty much added a version of Batman Beyond to the DC Comics, and it turned out that version of Batman Beyond was a Tim Drake as opposed to Terry McGinnis. So anyway, so basically it wasn't the same version of the character, and it was a character that appeared in the DC Comics proper. So they were able to get around the restriction by basically using the character from the comics in DC Universe Online, which is also why we cannot get the colors quite right to be able to recreate the animated version. Like if you guys recall, there's some weird red lines on the costumes that are linked to the emblem. So because of that, we can't exactly recreate the version from the TV show.
We've got, we were at the bottom of the chat, but we're not now. We've got Trevor Charge saying, who do I look like? He's from an anime series. He's behind us. He looks familiar to me, but no one I know the name of, I don't think.
Couldn't say for sure.
Most of the ones I watched actually had their chest covered, so I don't think that shirt is anything from anything I've seen. So I will say a lot of those characters look very similar to each other, though. But if we both can't guess, I wonder if anyone else knows. Superman DCUO says, didn't Livewire used to be in the game?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, as far as
I wouldn't have the knowledge that you do. If you think not, then I agree with you.
I don't remember seeing her in the game, but again, it's an example of at some point they did add Livewire to the comics. She was in the Superman comic at some point. So if it's like Harley Quinn, like they've created Harley Quinn in the DC comics at some point, but if all we had was the Harley Quinn from the animated series, they would not be able to use her.
That's fair. Outlander says, I want us to fight, is it pronounced Chip? CH quotation mark P? Chip? As an open world boss and make him way OP. I don't know who this character is.
He's a Green Lantern. He's a squirrel that's a Green Lantern.
Oh, that's adorable. A way OP little tiny squirrel. I love that idea. It's crazy. They won't do it.
Probably not.
Turbocharge is asking, what emote that DCUO haven't done yet would you like to see get someday? I don't know if this one's possible. Oh, you go.
So many, it's hard to tell. Like they could do so much with the emotes. Like they could have an entire set of emotes just for the Green Lantern using various constructs.
Yeah.
Green Lantern recharging his ring. Green Lantern summoning a whole bunch of different constructs. And then they could do that also for each of the Lantern Corps. Like the Black Lantern again could be recharging his ring, or he could have there's the line and the dead shall rise or something like that. And then you could have some Black Lanterns rising from the ground. There's so much they could do. And when we got the iconic lantern emote, the iconic emotes, we thought they would give us at least some of those emotes. At the very least, they should have given us the lantern emote where you recharge your ring, and they didn't do it. That was such a missed opportunity that it's hard to believe. So yeah, there's so many emotes they could give us, and so the lantern emotes would just barely scratch the surface of what they could give us with a lot of characters. What about you?
I have a really different answer because I didn't think of it in the context of what ones would apply to particular character builds of characters that pre-exist in game. I was thinking I'd love to see more interactable ones, like where you could hold hands, give someone a hug. I think they've already got a slap happening, but I don't think it's interactable. You just have to stand close enough and do it. Yeah. But I'd like to see some, like that. And particularly I'd like to be like, hi, how are you? And pat on the back, things like that. So mine's much more of a lame answer, I feel.
Well, obviously the most requested emote is to be sitting down, like to be able to sit in a chair. That is something that's been asked for so long. People want to be able to sit on their chairs, on their sofas, on the Mobius chair. If we could sit in there. So that is probably.
I feel like that's more of a furniture interaction than an actual emote. That the furniture should enable that's in your base and stuff.
Well, they probably could come up with an emote that could kind of sort of do that, like how you can lie in your bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is something that's been highly requested. But for me, like the green, not having the Green Lantern recharging his ring, that's criminal, because you mentioned that some of the emotes are role specific, but there's emotes like, oh, I don't have it equipped, I'm so sad now. Like the Cosmic Threadmill emote, that's pretty much an emote pretty specific to the Flash, so we still got it.
I like your one. Are you looking for it, or you haven't got it?
I probably have it somewhere. I just don't know where it's.
I know the menus don't make sense for some of them. I go to the wrong menu for some, which is why I like the quick ones. Quick menu. Superman DCUO said, I think she used to be in an open world boss in Metropolis, from what I've been told, and researched. I don't know. I think he's still speaking about Livewire. I wouldn't have a clue. It's probably before my time if it was a thing.
I don't remember seeing her. So and even way back when, I don't think she was there. In the area you mentioned, I don't think Livewire was there.
Fair enough. I wouldn't know, and yeah, maybe. Superman again says, I want a hearing emote, like what Superman does when he hears danger from afar. Turbo.
Sure.
Like hand behind the ear.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotes they could do. And we thought when they announced that they were adding emotes to the game, we thought they would give us a whole bunch of emotes. But I guess, sadly, as I suspected, or I was afraid of at the time, It would depend if the emotes sold or not. Like if nobody purchases the emotes on the marketplace, then obviously they're not going to make more of those. And seeing how they've added emotes to the marketplace, they did not add emotes since then. They're probably not selling as well as they hoped. Then they tried to put emotes in the
Yeah.
booster bundle. Again, they didn't do that again. So again, it suggests that it probably didn't sell as well as they hoped it would. And even the emotes they added to the time capsule. I noticed that the latest time capsule, we did not get an emote this time, or did we?
I honestly don't. No, I don't think so because I usually look at those and go, they're stupid. If I didn't say that in my video, then they're probably not there. But Scarlett says, laughing Joker emote like the NPC. So I just checked and I thought the evil laugh was close enough. But is there a laughing emote that I'm not, like, does he do it different than that? I don't know.
No, the evil laugh would be it.
Yeah, I thought it was close enough, but I mean, I might be remembering a laugh and she's remembering a different time, but yeah, no, I think that kind of looks like it, at least to me, but who knows? Turbocharge says, it'd be crazy how Giant Teakle open world, to have, I think he means, to have Giant Teakle as an open world boss. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, it would have to
I would love
be,
to boop someone on the nose or poke.
but it would have to be
That
with
is such a
Clarion.
good emote. Sorry. What were you saying, Clarion?
It would have to be with Clarion.
Oh yeah. Well, that can work. I like that idea. I think that would be fun.
Poor Tico.
I want the boop on the nose emote. Oh, Turbocharge, that's such a good one. Just walk up to random people and pop them on the nose. Yep.
I don't know. That could get annoying.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't mind if I'm annoying people. I wouldn't do it that excessively, but Johnny would certainly take advantage of them, I'm sure.
That's the problem. Like maybe you wouldn't, but others would, and it could be fun the first time, the second time, but with the 23rd thousandth time, it would get annoying real fast.
Yeah, especially on this server where there's always people around you. But it would still be cute. Outlander says, give us drums and bass guitar as an emote. Oh, yes. And piano. I play the piano. Can we have the piano? There's pianos in game. Let me sit down and play them. Ah. Okay, I'm calm. Outlander said we got an emote in the last capsule where we're holding the Splinter of Destiny.
Nah, that's Was it the last one?
That's previous, I don't remember. Hang on. Where am I holding any capsules?
The Apocalypse in Overlord
Here.
as the Anti-Life Accessory
Here we go.
Collection.
Anti-life accessory connect. Yeah. He's right. Thank you. He's on the ball.
Didn't we get one after that?
Sorry?
I could have sworn we got the... Oh no, we got a booster
No, that's
bundle
the
after.
last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Turbocharge says, thanks. You're welcome. Thank you for your awesome nose booping suggestion. I love it. Where I hit the bottom of the chat again, Multi.
So we're gonna have to go because my little doggo is looking for attention, and it's also snack time.
It is definitely, it's breakfast, it's lunchtime. Oh my goodness, I've gone right past breakfast and we've hit lunch.
Well, here it's not lunch. It's you get a snack around 9 o'clock. So it's he wants
Alright, that's fair enough.
he wants it. He wants his snack.
Oh yeah. I love your puppy.
So guys,
That was fun.
thank you for coming to play with us. Thanks to everyone who came to watch the stream. Thanks to everyone also who came to the chat and chatted with us. Shadow Lady, anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug? Any videos you're going to make soon?
Thank you so much for having me. I'll apologize to anyone who also watches my channel. My video is out late today because I fell asleep at my computer. It'll be out in about an hour. And thank you for having me here. It was a lot of fun. I really love being here. It's great.
If you want to put the name of your channel in chat for people who maybe do not know it.
Oh, sure? Yep, sure.
So guys, thank you for being here tonight. You guys are awesome. Next week we'll probably try to do something similar. Next week, what is it next week? Yeah, next week we'll probably play the well. It'll depend also if there's a bonus week next week. But if there is a bonus week, we'll play the bonus week. If not, well, we'll play the Harley Quinn mission, and then we'll play some omnibuses like we did tonight. And I guess in 2 weeks we should have Evil Friday. For sadly, Evil Friday will probably be during the Christmas vacation. Some of you guys will probably be on holiday, on vacation, or so maybe gone somewhere.
I will
So
play. I will be fine because my Christmas is later.
okay, if you'll be fine, then we're good. Um, so yeah, so Nate, we'll try to come up with maybe with something for a PvP for some of you to be able to play with you guys, and we'll try also maybe to stream. I'll try to have a stream maybe on Tuesday. I still have to give it some thoughts. So guys, thank you for being here tonight. I'll wish you guys a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.